Hello? Hello? Hello? Meow! Meow! Yeah, yada, moyada. Oh shit, I didn't set up my big boy pants. Fun stuff. Double click this, Rudy. Alright. Meow, meow, meow. Have you ever thought about big boy pants? Oh shit, my guy. Ahlan wa sahlan indeed. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Tu vas bien? C'est bien, c'est bon? How's life? La vie beau? La vie... Beau la vie... I don't know. Je ne sais pas. Listen, the news is getting very newsy, okay? I've been trying to do other stuff. Like, life stuff. Did we finish this? Yeah. We'll think about it. Oh, did you know about the baton deathmatch? Well, whatever. Google Maps, we need it. This we need. Oh boy, look, it's another billion. Wow. Dude. The blatant manipulation of markets done by President Trump, especially over oil prices, is absolutely disgusting, mate. Disgusting. Ouais, je vais bien. C'est bon, c'est bien, c'est beau. C'est très bien, as some say. Bro. What's your lucky number, my boy? You got a lucky number? Meanwhile, I am here for some tea. Bro, actually, dude, that is such a good idea. I should get some. I don't know, dude. This is an Iranian stream. I don't drink enough tea on this freaking stream, bro. I gotta up my tea game on the stream, bro. I got a 1 liter water boiler like right here to like try to compete with your level of water dispenser. But you know, I've been getting my game up. It's great. But I still cannot compete, of course. I miss your water. I miss your water dispenser or whatever it's called. What is it called? The water. Yeah. So I got. I mean, I have water here. I've been drinking a lot of water lately, which is of utmost important, you know. You gotta drink water, but why would you want to drink water when you can drink tea? Then you're drinking water and getting all the good stuff with it. Jesus, dude. Cold water server in Japan. Alright, makes sense. No, bro, I'm not on the water server. I'm on the Path to Heaven server, bro. Where we dropping, boys? I'm hilarious, bro. I'm a jokester. What can I say? Je suis un bon fuck, shit. Un petit prince. Je suis un petit prince. Alright. Enough with the googly magooly. Or as the Farsi people like to say, certo pert. I'm gonna get my tea. Oh yeah, I didn't enable my chat bot. That's why the chat hasn't been scrolling. Actually, is everything else on? Yeah, the news is on. Let's get le chat. A fun fact. Oh shit, what? Unable? Why? Bro, you gotta log in? How am I not logged in? Yeah, allow access. Nice, okay. That was it? What's all the fuss about then? Bro, these people are just not chill enough, bro. Alright, we go to this. Le chat. Refresh cache. Ooh. Can we get a petit comme ça, petit comme ça, efficace comme ça? Bro, hold on. Test. Let me just run the test. All right, we are online. Everything is petite about me except my balls. My dick is petite too, bro. Low key, I got a little cute penis, which is great, cause I can be real gentle with the ladies. These are not words I should be speaking. I am sorry. Small like this, efficient like that. Oh, that's what efficace. Is that efficace? Actually, I wanna know the pronunciation of efficient. Where's the? You telling me there's no reading? It is efficace. I was right. Okay, bro. Like, I need to get my Arabic game up, but like before my Japanese. Oh, boys, my mom's calling me on the phone. Hello. سلام مامان. نه خبر. مامان رنگ و رنگم. رنگین کمانم. من خوشی خورملیک آخر هفته سحر bir خورده چیلینگ دیرک ریلکس دیرک آماده ولی رگ خبر بلکی اسکولارشیپمه tutmadım. Yo. Yenime neşe. Gelme bu da neşkiram. حتما داستان ده کم نبیلیر شاید به خاطر ایرانی و لیگ ده یا شاید به خاطر بوده که اکونومی ژاپن سیچله yo cevabı çıkıp benim şaşına gelme.
اسکولارشیپ مستر için اقدام etmiştin?
Yo اسکولارشیپ bu semesteri ki tamamlanır.
Bu semester ki tamamlanırsa intention var imiş. O extension var imiş. Şayet به خاطر اوده. Bazı به خاطر ایرانی olduğu gerek sana verirler به خاطر ki جنگ و ولایت
Valla gerçekten şayet به خاطر اوده ha. آخه نه زنگ vurdular نه ایمیلی vurdular hiç ne. Belki ha. ولی باقی bir iki tane yollaş daha da varım onlar da apply بشه قبول olmamıştırlar.
درسته. بعد ondan sonra خب اپلیکیشنیز نیجوله.
ها اپلیکیشن زده الان اپ استور و گوگل پلی استوری سنه نشگیره که بو آی پخش دیرک بین بو کلاب و سرکلر که دانشگاه چنوار بو اینفورمیشن و مغازلر و ایونتلر یغشتیرک که دول درک اپلیکیشنی چنه اونا آخر بو آی بیر آپدیت ریلیس دیرک که با گوگل ایزاد تو تا گوگل ایزاد اونا پوش دیرک برای تمام کس پروموشن بیگه شروع دیرک که یوزر عادی چقدر اونا به خاطر بو وقتی یوزرلر آچیلر دا مثلا اپلیکیشن که آماده استفاده ده ای بلکی اینفورمیشن دوله ده از زده باشه بلکی دله اوکی
biz de gidinenşan gittik bir toya bir خوب toydu çok yeri خالی دوبس dedim Muhammed yeri خالی همش به فکر بودم همش چشام پر اشک میشه dedim نه Muhammed buradaydı دوبس bile oynardı bile falan ederdi çok yeri خالiydi inşallah ki işleriniz خوب ileri gider gelin buraya bilen için خوب جشن تو تک بعد ay suda toyu valla خوب جشن تو تک sen bir raqs edin hiç toyun olur inşallah
İnşallah bir big toy tutarak tamam senden دوبس تر جد و سارینا da davet ederek جد de selam yetiştir de
جد dikilip yeri
ha جد و سارینا حالا عکس تویلرنا بلند چیونلارم الان که sen internet باری بلند چیونلارم گرین
çok selam yetiştir İnşallah ki xoşbaxt olurlar. Hətta cəng tamamında inşallah birilərini gət İrana.
100%. جنگ نه تمام olmamış ola باز bir jür gələk. نه جدن danışırdık. من جدن danışırdım. بلکی قضیه بوده که İsirək bir xorda elə real alək. Başaraq mənəm bigam bankim bigam yatıb da ولی olur مثلا bir elə ki hesab banki açan mən pul yollayam təkə gələcənə. Hay?
Nə çi real alay?
Çünki belə ki elə ced isir ayəndədə belə ki də gələ elə ایران زندگی دا اولا یرالا بلعزاد بلکی اون نده الان گپ وارده که بعد جنگ قرار ده ریال گده و خاره یعنی ارزشه اون نه الان مثلا bir her vakt که اولی رو بخورده بردن پول یولیه گره گله یاته تا بیرگین انشالله ارزشی گده یا که جد گله ایرانه من نگلم ایرانه باشه اگه استفاده دک
siz نگران olmayız yani koy riyal gede o xarı biz riyal çok var biz verrek
یعنی به اندازه که جد باشه را بیر اواله ور رئیس
بله
ماشالله خب پس من جده دیرم اصلا بوزادلره نگرانم میه هر یه دیسی اواله بزوارک بلسون که من گدارک جدی diyem. He. Ya ciddi da.
Elisabeth'te yer varımız gele ne ait anıyorsa Elisabeth'te yer varımız gele ver bir tık yer vererek bilasını için avcızadı.
Ya şaید şey gibi.
Elisabeth olursa.
Giman bu Sarina gile şomanlı derler.
He.
Sirgeden niyawaran yok hele orada. Bir yerde daha yalnız. چارلوس لواسون لواسون
böyle sayana ilgili çok puldardırlar lavasonla bizim girimiz lavasona yetişmez yani çok pul yığıştırır
ne kadar olur be yani anlamasan ne kadar olur
çok ziyad oraya çıkaran mı falan gelir mi?
Okey.
He. siz eğer yine dolarınızı yollayırsam ta riyal erzanına oradan biraz şey yere lavasına من
میدونی
lavasına
نده
گیریم çatmaz.
یو الان میدونی الان جد پول یوخه ولی بلکی بز طرز یولدی
Biz Rus'ta varımız alan olup şehir tayini gaz var, berg var, su var. Orada başarık bilen yer vererek gelen izin için villa bize.
dediğin harda Kazaran
Beşterin
ne?
noktayı Şiraz'dı. Şiraz'da
Şiraz?
da.
Ha. Hare Şiraz.
Evet da Şiraz. Şiraz 40 kilometre Şiraz'da da
Çel-
Elyasabad.
Elyasabad okey. Ona بلکی الا طرز پولیو دیگه الان بیلی نده من نمه تست دیرم الان من کریپتو ها تست دیرم گیرم باشارم کریپتو ننون پولیولی هم یا اسیرم گیرم
خوب باید.
اسیرم الان سن بونه دیرم حالا بجز بزادلر ده
adı nedir bu kişiye cedede sen eğer pul var insanı pes andaz eden talal همیشه بالاخره
یو پول یوخه برای پس انداز بریرم بو کلن بلکی بو bir yol قرنجانه گذیر که باشاره راحت پول نه درآمد بورسنه گتره ایرانه اونا که ایستمیه مثلا وقتی که ایران نوله هر وقت پول لازم رو باشاره تو تبدیل لازم رو مهزینم پول گتره و طلا گتره و گله و بلعزاد
خب میجده
خب الان من به خاطر دیرم دا که سیدم کریپتو ها تست دادم گرم مثلا من بردن کریپتو یولیم بو اکسچنج های کریپتو ها اولیر یه تشیر مثلا سنی علیان درست حسابی یا
من دیرم مثلا بو ایسی ریال بلکده که بعدا ریال مثلا گیران اولا خب بعد دیرم که بو طلا ایران نساته خب اول ریال دا اونم ریال ارتختر گیرنه گله
طلا نجری گتره ایرانه
یا بیریش دا گیره کریپتو یولا من کریپتو بلایزدن آلم بلایزشن ریال قوارم حساب بلند مدتشن های پول گله
البونه دیردم دا
یا مثلا bir بیمه آنلاین مثلا بیمه عمری بلایزد پس انداز دن که های پول گله استنه مثلا ایش گیره
ها اونا برای بو کریپتو را سالیگ گله بیدن از بو اکسچنج لره من اکاونت آچم کریپتو ایرانی بلکی ده شماره ایرانی سیر
خب وارس همین شماره بلکی اپارم گنه فعاله داره
باشاره؟
بو کشاورزی شماره کشاورزی واریم بلین چون یوله ساله با ما فعال
شماره بانک
چون من بلینن
خوب ده شماره بانکی سیرم و شماره موبایل برای بلکی شماره موبایل لازم var.
Evet şomada mobilim ne var? Evet şomada mobilim var. Şunu دفعه ele ماشین ثبت نام دیدم خب بانک کشاورزی ده هم سنج هم واسطه چون حساب açılım پول içinde bir مقدار var فعال. بعد اون سر از این شماره تلفنی وارم دا گوشی میستنه ای پیامlar gelir istene.
Evet.
بعد اون سر بلاینم چون برای ده وارم adı nerede? Ele vekalet varım başladım دسترسی به بلاینده وارم oldu.
عالی خوب ده
اکانتین
پس اله
بلاینچین yollarım اکانتین yollarım.
ها لطفا عالی
اکسیچترم yollarım.
عالی
شماره تلفنی ne yollarım اکانتین yollarım. Oğlum ben var zaten sizin için rahat edemem. Var zaten sizin için fikrinizdeyim.
اصلا آنزان گیلینی جده راستی با فریبورز زخمه یه ترولف
خوب در خوب در کاش که بیش رولایده مثلا اگر گلسیدین خوب بود مثلا گیریم لسنه تاها
گلم قاچاقی گلم پاکستان'dan گلم
Yo İstanbul'dan bilirim ki dayım gidip İstanbul adına da Antalya'da iş yolu sağlayabilir. Bilirim
Maşallah. Tumana çeke Bukhara.
Ay?
Tumana çeke Bukhara.
He. Sert بخوره تا دوشمش
خوب ده
خلاص bizdeyiz plasına haber yokumuz da öyle böyle kaçağı yani manzurum budu ki hiç kese bizlere ki demem ki hardan gidip hardan geldi.
Qayməki gedir.
O gelmiyor. Evet hiç zaten ki bize demir. Tamam işleriyle böyle sekretti.
Valla.
Daha o gün öyle girdim Fatıma dedim böyle oğlu gelmişmiş Fatıma maman geline. Maman öyle Ferhan'la danış Ferhan değilmiş Mesut öyle burada yollaş faremiz burada gelir öyle sahtama sazide bilersin kime gelir. Ne böyle değil o izleri ihtimalle sahtama sazide bir zat oraya yolla salıblar öyle böyle değil. Yollaşımız bilerdi yollaşımız bilerdi yani aktarı yollaşımız yani izimiz.
بابا نه به بونر نه به داشی که وارزاد دله آدم بالی da qalxıb gedir. Heç zət qayməki انجام vermir.
Herkes bir ahlakı var da. Bu herkes bilir ve biz bilmiyoruz. Bilmiyorum neyse. Mesela xanavadadan qoyam ederler. Ne korkarlar biz. Mesela gezedek bilirlerine ya mesela neceden valla bu işler ki bunlar gelir o qadim baba yerle tazı danışkan ağa iltimas dedi ki Türkiye'de danışkanda mesela iş gelir. Biz hiç Türkiye'ye adam hesap etmirdik. Ama buyurlar ki bunlar giderler biz o 30 سال 40 سال bunları gidip gelmek. Şimdi bunlar hay
الان ترکیه اوضاعه خوب değil اصلا ترکیه اوضاعه da çok vahimli değil.
Bilmiyorum ben hiç mühim değil. Ben artık öyle bunları yerlerinden narahat oldum bu xatir ki babayı ücri villettiler gittiler beduni ki mesela sen diyorlar biz giderek yok hayk burada havasız ola bu babanın zahmı به خاطر بی‌توجهی الا مسعود و بالاخره رحیم و الا فرح خانم بلایولا یعنی اولا زخمانه درست به موقع yetişseydiler بلای همه olmazdı ki هفته فقط 3-4 milyon من verirəm ki gələ bu zəxmənə pansuman edə. Çox pis günə.
Nə məsxərə. Yəni məsələn nə mən qorxurlar ki sənə deyərlər məsələn get o biz gedirək məsələn sən cürlərini tutay.
Asla. Yok, kullan eli onlar da kızı tazı gitmişti danışgah ثبت نام etmiştiler Rusya'ya. Ta biriyle bize demirdiler ki bunu biz ثبت نام edip danışçı olup. Elə biz hər vaxt xəbər alırdıq ki, bəs danışqan necə olur, konkur necədir, این belə, əsən dürüst cavab vermir. Dərsədir ki, məsələn, bunlar baxatır ki, gedir Rusiya, o tamam Murtuzadan xəbər almışlar, Murtuza oğlu bilirlər üçün diz etmişdir. Məsələn, Murtuza bilirdi, biz bilmirdik. Və dedi, axırdan bilmirəm, necə oldu ki, dedi, bu, indi məsələn, danışçudur, orada bir surət online, ona hənuz korunaydı da, online ki iyi. Biz de bak ki bu hemen narahat edik ki bu danışgaha kabul olma bu. Niçe ederiz? Ya mesela o oğullar Arya'yı çok muaf edebilirler. Ben birazdan haber alırım nice muaf edemeyi. Huy falan cevap vermirler aslında. Onlar sekrettirler var işte. Bazı yalanla çok değiller. Öyle bu arvada konu öyle biz danışamıyor cevap vermiyor. Çekmiyor. Arvada konu öyle sevgili bunlar da baksam yok. Allah Rızaxan'ın yazısı da çok yalancıydı. Hatta ben evde getirdim zayıf oldum. Allah Rızaxan'ın bunlar gitmişti. Ne de dedik baba hala kurtar. Her gün zayıf oldu. Deyip dağılmıştı. O yaşları nicedir. Ve بعد از o da verin onlar. Məlumdur ki onlar öyle de Məsud gibi deyirlər ki mesela zayıf vur xəbər al gelin bunların o zamanları nicedir der irtimada. Hatta ben zəng vurdum Rızaxan'a dedim ki haya Ferhat mesela sen dedi valla ben de bilmişim ben de haber yok oldum haya saniye ben haber yok oldum sen haber yok sen ki tamam zannedikleri əlinədir o oğlan gelir gelir o falan o bir sonra da seni yani nerede burada sen haber yoksun daha bilmiş değil aslında şostan guzuştan kenar veli bunlar o kadar doğru dediler ki sen yine fiyarlarına gelmiyor bu şostan guzuştan kenar اصلا هیچ به چپشون هم نمیدیدن اصلا دیدم که بزرگ اصلا مهم داریم اصلا هر ایره گیده خب از افتخار دیده خوشحال داره ولی اونه که منیلاتر که دیده که من burada huzur var مثلا pul vermirdi درست pul vermirdi indi ki daha yoktu بعد آیا bir 5 تومن تکر حسابا انگار تمام هزینه‌lər gedib oxarı mahi fəqət elə 50-60 milyon bunları artıq xəzinələrdir. Hatta bu cürəsini alırlar. Amma mən heç nə, o papa olmadı.
Ha. Ya papayı da olunca abi olmaz ki.
Ne بالاخره sen Türkiye'den gelenler bir iki tane yollaş İstanbul'da var. İstediği irtibat ver. Sevmesinden gelen falan böyle.
Haçan gelem.
بالاخره bilme gelen. Vallahi ezeyim bilireyim. Neyse gelen müşkili yok. Ben de koyunda bize bu cenk burada yata gerekmeyecekti. O zamanlar gene dilen birbirine öyle ada kepekten birbirine hamle edirler.
Ha الان اخبار اخیرا.
Hayır bu emarat olup şart düşüp ortaya bilemiz için kot edir.
Ha سعودی
Saray Arabi için
Suudi Arabiye de bir gün faqat bir gün icazə vermədilər ki istifadeler ona səhəri gene icazə şurada icazə verdi ki
ne için?
برای استفاده
Yok,
ارتشی.
tamam, bilmiyorum valla. Valla eşittim ki Suudi Arabi sayıdır mahdud eder bunların istifadelerini. Yani bir burada ihtiyat ederler. Veli bunların atışı tonları ile emarat evvelden İran'la yamanıdır. Be xatir o Cezayir segane ise mesela İran'dan hala istediği kudretini İran'dan artıqdır ise be qolən jandarma məntiqə olur. Emarat ezi de bu Arabistan'la yamanla bilir. Bilirik. Onlar da mesela o emarat ise kod eder. Kurulan kod eder emarat. İster mesela məndən diye o mən مثلا اقتصادم و فلانم از این yapıştırıb İsrail Amerika'ya yaşadanlar bir buxudur, bəzi ondan qırağını bir buxudur. Nelə emarat bu kişilərlə Ərəbi ilə nə kontakt var idi. Deyir İttihadiyə Ərəbdən çıxı yazdıya, OPEC-dən ki çıxdı yazdıya. Biraz da bizimle vabastaydı ki belə ki adına Amerika و İsrail'e.
Ha.
İsrail bundan istifade eder, بعد قشنگ رسم آتار قراره. اینو فعلا که ایران سخت ایران آخر روسیه و چین رسما çok حمایت edirlər da. Rusiya و Çin falan İran tərəfidir. Onlar həm qətnamə yazırlar. Şuraya əmniyyətdə məsələn cəlonu tuturlar. Az tərəfdə mühimmat و دارو و bilmirəm کالای اساسی bunlar İran'a yolluyorlar, himayet edirlər. Falan Çin و Rusya İran puştudur.
Bunlar hə da gerek necə derler. Axı çare yoxları, gerek açarlar Hormuz'a.
Açarlar ولی خب مسئله بوده که ترامپ فعلا به قولن تلاش مذبوحانه ایده ریزه düşüp هچلش نمیشه چقه yazdıya. بعد اینه de خود آمریکاییler de izin yaxvarışın oxuyben ki deyirlər elə Obama پیام vermişti demişti ki Trump bu همه خارطور تبدو 8 سال bu برجامı پاره داد ortaya اینه مجبور که bir توافق یده که در 100 علاوه بدتر از برجام آمریکایی چه دیگه با همه تلاش etti yetişti buraya که bir نوعی bir توافق برجام şekilli سیمون نرمانده و böyle Trump در واقع خودخود اتزین attı ortaya از o taraf میلا o falan bir başlısıydı bu oğlanı faiz yerine ondan sonra hiç kes muvaffak değildi. Yani eğer bu izin atmamıştı, ortaya cenk vurmamıştı, bu beyinden gitmemişti bunlar bu rahatlık İran kabul etmezdi o gele yerine. بعد bunlar yavaş yavaş daha zayıf olurdular. Size daha ahirki canlarıydı. بعد bu hamle باعث oldu ki bunlar can tuttular. O andan Rusya için geldi ortaya. Bu andan خود ettiler ki tengeye bağladılar. Kullu cahani sistemini vurdular birbirine. بعد این احساس قدرت ederler. Daha aslında yerlerinden takan yemezler. Yemeği halka da artık da zulmederler. Böyleydi.
ها الان هر نه خلق تلاش etmişler her ne progresi varmış tamam çözdü söyle.
Evet. Yine de halka da bu در ادامه بدن چون جنگ به خط خوشان اعتراض ده یعنی کلا ایرانیlar adamı derler ki istiyorlar mesela cengi yani çün alan cengi içinlerdirler istiyorlar mesela şəraiti bundan xarablar ederler çün nasyonalistlikləri çox vardır. Yəni hazırdırlar bu hökumətlə giderler ileri və xaricilər mesela gəlmir düşə cəng olur mesela düşə xaricilər əlinə o biləysən.
Ha.
Xatır bu xalqın səsi çıxmış bu. Bu cəng tikən. Əgər cəng tikənsəydi ondan mümkün idi ki bu xalq da bir hərəkətlər edər. Xülasə Trump edərsək gəlir bu fikri bir.
اوکی. موفق الاسم. مراقب الاسم. من خوبم. از من خوبم. ها الان ادامه میرم برای کی دجا gerek biriş kerem belası. Ha. Ha. Ona da elə masters için gerek bu ay elə iş mişinə para miləri. Görəm nə işlər lazımdır beləcə. Hə. Hə. Okey. Baş çəş. Bu daş hardan gətirirsən? Valla. عزیزم یو فعلا خدافظ. Sure. All right. DMs are high-level spy ops only. I have no idea what you mean, bro. Oh. This goddamn war is not ending, my guy. I don't know, dude. A part of me is like, no matter how much I look into things, I still feel like a goy, bro. Like, things don't make sense at all. Things don't make sense at all because if Trump hadn't attacked, if Trump hadn't started this war, the regime was on its last legs. They were in a very vulnerable position. So, and they were put into this position. I mean, besides all the psyop and shit besides all the Israeli CIA bullshit aside, it was done by people, and they were starting to be more lenient on the people, and things were getting better as in freedom of living
in Iran. But now, or like at least before, when they were doing executions, people were able to go out and protest against it or something. Then when Trump started the war, it kind of rejuvenated them. It didn't kind of rejuvenated them, and now as well they're doing executions in the country, and no one's protesting anymore because it's wartime. Yeah, yeah, yeah, and I mean, look at the oil prices now, right? It's like what, 100, around 100. He's gonna attack a little. Oil is gonna go up to like 120. He's gonna make a bunch of money, and then he's gonna be like, "Oh, no, no, no, let's get ceasefire. Things are gonna be quiet for a week, and then the oil is gonna get cheaper, and then it's gonna get hot. The oil is gonna go up." Bro's just literally sacrificing human life for his own profit. And yeah. So, like you said, right, the war started back up again. It's not the ceasefire is, I mean, ended yesterday, but things are getting really dicey. And life is just difficult, Oh, I am tired, bro. I'm tired. I'm tired, but I need to try harder, you know? It's like the situation I'm in. What do I need to try doing is finding a source of income, bro. I need a source of income. But, God gives to those who needs it type shit. So, esoterically speaking, spiritually speaking, I shouldn't worry about an income right now. Because I have people who support me. I mean, to just get by. What I should do, what I should focus on is everything else. Like my studies and such. Yeah, where did you hear that news from? I mean, because of the war? Well, it's not about the U.S. ending either, it's not, bro, that's what I'm saying, like, it's not about U.S. ending, like, you see, like, even if this war ends, the war inside the country doesn't end, like, Iranians do not have equality of life. Iran is being turned into fucking Afghanistan or, God forbid, India, rural India. It's turning into the caste system, dude. The rich get richer, the poor lose more opportunities. There's no job creation. The value of the money is decreasing every day. Everything relies on imports. There's no exports. So even if US backs out, like, Iranian people are just left worse off. Like the IRGC is left stronger than before, and then Iranian people are left worse off than before. And I don't know, I'm tired, man. I just want to visit my country once. My grandfather's not in good health either. I just want a motorbike, man. I would like to have a motorbike to just ride around. No, I've been losing grip on reality the past 2 days, to be honest. I also fucked up the past 2 days. But I need to like stop being such a bitch and get the fuck up and just do my shit, bro. I don't know, dude. I don't need sympathy either. Like, it's a pretty lonely world, you know? Who's gonna do what? We're all in the same boat, bro. Doesn't matter if you're Russian, Ukrainian, Iranian, Israeli, Palestinian, Lebanese, Chinese, Japanese, Korean, Thai, Myanmar, Burmese. We're all literally in the same boat, and it's really hard to help each other. Sometimes it feels like that. And it's like hard to ask for sympathy as well. Like, you know, everybody needs sympathy these days. When everybody needs sympathy, then there's really not much to give. It is what the kids call troubled existence. How are you depressed? How am I depressed, bro? What am I, a woman? What am I, gay? Depressed? What are you talking about, bro? I'm not depressed, man. I'm just tired. Depression are for people who are weak. I just need a rest. I just need a good rest and some good source of motivation. Whether that is I need to either ride a motorbike or have a woman ride on top of me. There needs to be some riding going around for me to get my mojo back, bro. Is Jeff your roommate or the owner of the house? Jeff is Jeff is neither. He's just around. Make him run errands? I already do, bro. What are you talking about? Bro, you're so like 10 steps behind everything. Stop telling me what to do with Jeff. Alright? You can ask me what I'm doing with Jeff. Yeah, what I've done. But stop telling me what to do. What did you clip? It's the furthest thing from a Jew. Jeff
is your white side Scottish or is it like
Oh, he's Dutch.
what is your white side? Yeah. Irish?
No, he's a Dutch.
Are
He's
you Irish
Dutch
or
Mexican.
Scottish?
He's Dutch Mexican. What are these? Oh, these are my streams. What? I have a 32-minute stream? What is this? I run the test. Alright, we are online. This is now? I'm so confused, dude. What is going on? I just need to stop being a little bitch, bro. That's what's going on. Bro, what the fuck is wrong with me, bro? I gotta get my shit back up, dude. Life is not hard enough, dude. I need a harder life. Because, like, life is so soft that I get moments like this to act like a little bitch. Jeez. I gotta get my game up. Alright, as always, before starting the stream, let's do a little prayer, and then let's get into the news, and then we will get into the wider conversation of what's going on around us, or we can just have a chill chat time. I don't know, we can decide. There's a whole lot of things we can get into. Alright, so before we start prayer, I would like to know, can I get a 1 in the chat if you believe in God, and a 2 in the chat if it's complicated, or not at all? Because there is, like, I wanna put my prayer in a way where we can all benefit from it. Okay, we got 1, 2. Muy good. Mo ikun janai. Bye bye. Yeah, I am coming. Alright, let's get into it. Empty your hearts, empty your spirits, empty your minds. Itterashai. Loosen your muscles, except your butthole. Unless you got a fart, that's okay. And let us pray. Oh God, please, I don't wish death upon anybody, but find the way to wisen these old men up. Free those who need freeing. Teach us the right things. And I pray for us, for all of us who are being taught to to find our way. And I pray that I stop being less of a bitch and get my game up, get my bread up, reach my goals. Amen. Alright, let's get into the news, boys. So what has happened since yesterday is essentially UAE and Saudi Arabia, the little bitch boys they are, even though initially they agreed to not allow America to use their services, to use their bases for military action. After easy 24 hours later, they were like started allowing these Americans to start using their bases again, and that's when the war started up again, like officially. I don't know. One could make an argument that Israel once again spearheaded this uh, restart of the war, because since yesterday they broke the ceasefire and started attacking Lebanon. No, they're not shifting to. There's no such thing as pro-Iran for the UAE and for Saudi Arabia. I don't think there ever will be. Not ever, but at least ever in our lifetime, because it's run by little bitch boys. Saudi Arabia and UAE is run by little bitch boys, little rich bitch boys. So yeah, as I was saying, Israel started attacking Lebanon, and things started getting heated up. I mean, nobody really mentioned, like, connected this two together, but I kind of saw this breaking of ceasefire coming when I saw the news of Israel attacking Lebanon full on. And so, yeah, I mean, things are getting very dicey. America's under a lot of pressure, seemingly. Trump is looking like he's getting older and older every single day. Bro is melting like ice cream in a hot summer day. But yet he doesn't stop. So I don't think he can stop. He owes way too much. He's promised way too much to the zionist lobby and the oil lobbies and so many other people. And so here we are today. So what happened today was air defense activity in Malard countering micro drones. Air defenses in South successfully intercepting 2 hostile drones. Alleged attacks, explosions at a pier in the south. U.S. Navy attacked an Iranian oil tanker vessel. Iranian forces attacked back at the U.S. Navy vessel. So the U.S. Navy vessel got hit, or did it get hit? An Israeli regime source told I-24 News Network that Israel has no connection to tonight's events in Iran. Some are saying it's the UAE, not confirmed though. I don't know. I don't think. I don't know. I don't think the UAE had the. I don't know. I think. They definitely have blackmail on the UAE and Saudi princes and kings. All right. Note the extra sound could be the RC neighbor firing warning shots. 2 columns of smoke are seen rising from Bahman. Fars News confirms that parts of Bahman docks in Lesh were targeted during an exchange of fire with the enemy. Multiple strikes have taken place against Lesh Island so far. Additional explosion sounds are heard in Lesh. 2 enemy drones were shot down above Bandar Abbas. Iranian air defense have been activated in Malard. میدل ایست همکنون امارات متحده عربی به ایران حمله کرده است. The UAE has attacked Iran. Cited Middle East. Iran's Mehr News says the UAE has attacked Iran. Note Mehr News agency is citing Middle East as a source. Nice. Iran targeted U.S. warships in the Strait of Hormuz after they attempted to attack Iran. Oil tanker. So this is like a play-by-play. 2 unidentified enemy drones were shot down. We read about this. The U.S. warships were attempting to enforce the naval blockade against Iran. Israel Hayom confirms Iran opened fire on U.S. warships in the Strait of Hormuz. So U.S. warships were getting attacked. U.S. military just carried out strikes on Iran's Qashm port and Bandar Hosseini. But this is not a restarting of the war. Then what the fuck is it if it's not restarting of the war? I don't know what's going on. They're trying to take it because Qashm and Bandar Abbas also has a lot of oil reserves. Qatar and Russian FM, I think, have condemned the U.S. blockade. What's up with the whole condemning thing? Like, what the fuck does condemning do? America fired at an Iranian oil tanker. Argentina responded by firing on U.S. warships. U.S. then strikes launch origin points in Qashm and Bandar Abbas. Renewed explosion sounds. An additional wave of Iranian drones and anti-ship missiles was fired towards U.S. warships stationed near the UAE coast. The United States, in violation of the ceasefire, targeted an Iranian oil tanker moving from the coastal waters of Iran in the Jask region towards the Strait of Hormuz, as well as another vessel entering the Strait of Hormuz off the coast of Fujairah. Simultaneously, they launched airstrikes on civilian areas in cooperation with some regional countries in the coastal area of Bandar Abbas, Sirik, and Qashm Island. The armed forces of the Islamic Republic of Iran immediately retaliated by attacking U.S. naval vessels in the east of the Strait of Hormuz and south of Chabahar port, inflicting damage upon them. Criminal and aggressive America and supported countries should know the Islamic Republic of Iran, as in the past, will powerfully and without slightest hesitation respond decisively to any aggression. U.S. forces intercepted unprovoked Iranian attacks and responded with self-defense strikes against U.S. Navy-guided missile destroyers. Just straight up lies, bro. Straight up propaganda. Is 3 world-class American destroyers just transited very successfully out of Strait of Hormuz. Under fire, there was no damage done to the 3 destroyers, but great damage done to the Iranian attackers. It's not even worth reading. Footage of Iranian missiles being launched at U.S. warships earlier tonight.
We had 3 world-class destroyers go through the strait today. Any other country, under the circumstances, wouldn't have done shot missiles at it and drones at it, and these stupid boats that came at it. They got blown away in about 2 minutes. Their tanker got blown. You know what we did with the tanker? We didn't want to create an environment, so we shot out the rudder, and the tanker's going around, spinning around in circles. They should not have done that today. We thought they might. We didn't know, but we were prepared. They shot missiles. Every missile was knocked down. Every drone was knocked down, and the people that shot it are no longer with us.
Bro talks like a 5-year-old that just watched the action movie, dude.
It's an offer that basically said they will not have nuclear weapons. They're going to hand us the nuclear. When they agree, it doesn't mean much because the next day they forgot they agreed.
Okay, bro.
And you know, we're dealing with different sets of leaders. When you talk about regime change, you know, they keep talking about regime change. Well, we got rid of the first regime. We got rid of the second regime. We got rid of most. spoke to him. I just said, tell the Pope, very nicely, very respectfully, that Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. So when he comes to their...
Iran does not have a nuclear weapon. Ugh.
I like him.
So would you consider export curbs on oil or jet?
A regime change in the US? There is no regime in the US. It's all Zio. How are you gonna regime change in the US? If you wanna do regime change in the US, you gotta get rid of like I don't know what the fuck is even a regime change in the US, you know what I'm saying? All right. Okay. So another possibility to the things that happen could be just more limit testing, more testing of their options, because in the past few days they have just been testing their, like, you know, they tried to just go through normally. Iran didn't allow them. Then America attacked a few boats. That didn't work. And then they tried to do the whole Fujairah thing, and they got shot. But actually, Iran said we didn't shoot Fujairah, and warned that, hey, if you do help America, we will attack. And then so UAE and Saudi Arabia listened, and they didn't do nothing. But then the next day, which was yesterday, or is it like today, they started letting US and the US to use their military bases again, you know, reversing their decision the day prior. So, you know, now they're sending like their warships through the strait, I guess also to limit test to see if like a warship would be attacked, to what degree. And I don't think the Iranians really retaliated that hard, because it might be a little bit obvious what they're trying to do. And so if they want to be more serious, they will of course, you know, really hit the Navy ships. The problem with hitting Navy ships is, like, once you hit American Navy ships, it's over. You can't take it back, you know. Once you hit the Navy ships, now all these American goons have to enter the war. So the president had a meeting with the supreme leader. Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian announced his recent meeting with Supreme Leader Mojtaba Khamenei, saying he had a detailed conversation with him. Speaking at the meeting at the Ministry of Interior on Thursday, May 7th, Masoud Pezeshkian mentioned the 2.5-hour meeting with Khamenei, but did not say anything about the subject or details of the meeting. Of the statement made, and simply described him as a model for the country's management and administrative system because of his sincerity and humility. What else? After the assassination of former Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei on the first day of the war with the US and Israel, the Assembly of Experts named his son Mustafa as the new leader. However, no images, audio, or handwriting of him have been released since then, and Iranian media have only published a handful of writing messages attributed to him. Yeah, bro's MIA. They kidnapped Maduro because he allied with China. No, bro, they don't care if you ally with China. Maduro was allied with China for a while. They just kidnapped Maduro because I don't think like the kidnapping of Maduro was like a kidnapping. I think like they had worked something out, bro. Cause that happened way too easily, dude. And then what should I call it? I don't know. No, maybe I'm retarded. That's not true. Um but they got Venezuela because they wanted to prepare for the war or just sell the oil. Maybe because Trump also owes a lot of things to the oil lobbies. Jesus Christ, dude. I need a fucking... Alright, game theory, boys. You don't think that had anything to do with it? To do with what? What's your... The US wants to control all the countries in the West, including Greenland. It's part of the American hegemony, bro. None of that matters. None of that matters. I think you're missing the point. Okay, you're missing what doesn't make sense. What doesn't make sense is that everybody knew attacking Iran was not gonna work. If America wants to protect his hegemony, he would have done something better. Again, the IRGC was on its last legs. You know, they weren't doing so well inside the country. They were on their way out, but the war made them stronger. So that's kind of sus, no? Deplete the US's resources. Why would you? Yeah, why would the US want to deplete US's resources? Why? Because they want to do a transfer of power to Israel. Like, that's not gonna work. The world almost had a nuclear holocaust during the Cold War because of ICBMs in Cuba, which was Russia's. None of that matters, bro.
Classes left in a semester.
None of that matters. Okay? This is all clown show, alright? I'll tell you what matters, okay? What matters is us thinking about our future. Okay? Us thinking about what these guys are doing will not change our future. All the countries in the Caribbean hate the US, rightfully so. And it doesn't matter what these guys are doing. It doesn't matter what they're doing behind the curtains or whatever. The world is big enough for us to do our own thing, right? Sure, we're reliant on their systems, we're reliant on their education, on their food industry, on their job industry, on their banking industry. I'm saying it's not all over. We gotta create our own ways for our own future. Crypto was a bust. Fuck it, let's make a new system. Let's make our own stock exchanges.
Let's make our own ways of investing in different industries.
And what I want to do in these last 7 classes is look at the game theory of World War III. Okay? So what I want to do this class is just introduce the chessboard or the players and how the game will be played over the next 5 to 10 years. So the 2 major players in World War III are the United States
Actually, what I feel like doing right now is editing some videos. I mean, we've been grinding the news for the past, what is it called? The past 3 days, 4 days. We gotta up our game, bro. Can't just be the same repetitive. I mean, we could, but there's nothing to say. The news is the same as yesterday. The news is gonna continue to be the same tomorrow. And what's happening right now is gonna continue for probably the rest of this year. Which means we have enough time to catch up with it. Like, I was off stream for a month and a half. You know what happened? Nothing. There was no moment in which I would have been like, oh, it'd be cool to stream the news. Like, the news is actually something to stream. No, nothing changed. I came back after a month and a half, and I just continued where I left off, and that just blows my mind. Watch a movie on stream? Isn't that like copyright thing? No, watch a movie, bro. We gotta be productive, bro. We gotta get our game up. Okay, we're gonna be. There's this place called, I forgot. I used to download. Ah, yes. Dova syndrome. Yeah. Nah, big streamers even do it? Really? Is that true? Have you seen one battle after another? No, I haven't. Where would I even stream the movie from? Like, what? You have to make sure there's no sus stuff shown and make it like a reaction.
I see. Hold up. I gotta figure this out. That's strange. Yeah, right. I ate a lot of food that day. God, it was so good. Where have I put it? Why?
Creation service.
If we get that efficient, then まずしてでもまあ一番はこれ出すじゃん。まあこれはまあ
DiCaprio is Zio, so it could be potentially interpreted as psyop. But the movie is really good.
ストに入れて
And get help from him. Yo tengo clase.
Why is that video upside down?
Okay.
That's so funny.
いやー一回やってみましょうね
Yeah, we can start editing these vids. Let's do that. Ah, they're here. Lol. I am not the brightest tool in the shed. What are these videos? This is when we just moved into the new apartment.
This book.
Yo. Dude, this is all really nostalgic already. I was like, what is going on? I'm just on the floor doing shit. Oh, cooking? Cooking video, boys? Should we do a cooking video? Yo, that's a lot of onions. It's a lot of... Oh, wow.
I want a bowl.
Nice. Alright, what is this?
何から始まる4文字の
Oh.
やらせる。
やらこすかやらこすかどっちか。I thought if you like, yeah. じゃあ俺やだいぶクソゲーで。確かに。でもちゃんと節度ある人がやらないと節度ある。Yes, if you don't do it, you're not a cool person. 違う。これそう真実か挑戦かみたいな。だから恥ずかしいことを暴露するか、何かを挑戦しなきゃいけないっていう。It's filming. めっちゃおもろいやん。だいぶクソゲーで。
Jeffy boy.
なんから始まるよくある。
What did you send? You sent something, huh? Is this the one where the world ends? I think I've seen this one. Isn't this old? Yeah.
Bat an eyelash.
Good morning.
There are no hands on the clock
Why?
because they're not needed.
What time is it?
You know, I don't remember that part. All right, let's just not nitpick over the passwords. This is Bob Ferguson. I was a part of the French 75.
What? She's pregnant?
like Tony Montana.
Jesus
Steve
Christ.
just attacked my home, and I cannot remember for the life of my own.
No, I haven't watched this one.
Answer to your question.
Maybe you should have studied the rebellion text a little harder.
I need to find my daughter.
Well, then call us back when you have the time.
You just.
You know, you are so unsuitable for my daughter. My child comes from a whole line of revolutionaries. And you look so lost. What are you gonna do about this baby?
You know what freedom is? What? No fear. Go.
Wasn't this movie bad?
We have a girl.
Iran does exist in the Shah of Persia. Iran is a lie.
What will we name her?
Type shit.
Her name should be Ganima.
Forget about this stuff, bro. Let's make our own movie. I wanna learn how to edit fast, you know? I wanna get used to editing and like adding music to stuff. Holy, this one's a long one. How long is this? 5 minutes.
なんから始まる4文字だ。
Let's make this let's make this cinematic. Let's make it I want to make it dramatic. Guys, US is the hero in this war. Iran is wrong. Why do Iranians think America is evil when the RGC doesn't even let women walk outside alone? Wait, these are genuine questions. I mean, if they're genuine questions, I can genuinely ask him. But if you're like, if we're joking, then yeah, bro. Cause women, why would women need to walk outside alone? Like, a woman needs to have someone walking with them at all times. But if you're asking like legitimately, bro, women can walk outside at night all they want.
I mean, you know, just like how it is in New York, you know, a little bit unsafe. Whatever big city in the world, it's a little bit unsafe, you know. The police are shit, and you know, crackheads, fucking homeless people, or like weirdos exist everywhere. Besides that, no, women are chill to walk around at night all they want, and they do. Where's Dova, dude? Dova. I need something cinematic. I need something. Iran is wrong. Iran is always wrong, bro. What kind of question? What kind of statement is that? Come to this. Say a statement that is worth discussing. US is always the hero, dude. Have you never watched any movie ever? Ooh. News coverage. Oh, this is a banger. No, Valo is just an op, clearly. He's been sent here to spy on me. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Leave a follow to keep up to date with the stream, and we're open to any conversations. I mean, we just went through the news, so let me know if you want a little summary. But the summary is that nothing's changed. We're still at war. Recently they've been limit testing a lot to kind of see what they can get away with and how Iranians would retaliate. And so today they tested it by sending a Navy ship into the area, and it got attacked. Nobody got hurt on the ship. To detective agency? What is this? Yeah. Let's go. That's about it, you know. That's all there is to know about the news. Nothing yet, though. I mean, it hasn't gone out of hand. Cheery water. Oh, this is a banger. Fuck yeah. What am I editing? Just a video of us having dinner.
A lot of sex games.
I just wanna, you know, turn it into something cool. The beautiful part of editing is turning anything into something cool. Digital Dawn sounds cool as shit. Not enough of a banger, dude. Not enough of a banger. Cheerful Day, we had this earlier, no? Oh, what? It's more of a banger than the first one. Yeah, it's for the startup, or in general. I mean, you know, it's a skill set, but I want to use the skill set for branding, for our startup, for the stream. What is Bud? I presume it's a very gay, springy. What? This is not how I expected it to be. Yo, this is gonna make me cry. What is this music? Awesome, dude. Great. This person is fire, dude. Great musicians everywhere, dude. Oh, Raging Inferno. Yeah. Oh, this would be banger for a cooking video. You know. What am I even looking for? Let me. So we just be eating. What is he even talking about? Yo, these are great clips. What the hell? This is the team. God, I had really good beard. I had to cut it. I've been emasculated.
Truth or dare?
Let's see, what other videos do I have? Let's forget all this. Let's make I have some just daily, like, oh damn, oops, no, that was safe for work. I thought it was an amateur video, you know what I'm saying? What are these copies? What do I have? Copy. Deleting. Nice. What the hell are these videos? Okay. Just me cleaning his shit. Damn. I look weird from the back. Yeah, this was me finalizing my setup and cleaning up. God, I'm so glad I did that. Makes life so much easier. What? It fell? Oh no, I opened the drawer and I forgot to close it. Oh, I closed it. Yeah, I like this one. It's just like, yeah, oh, good. These are good shots. Oh damn, for free? Feed pics for free? What? Yo, big butt. All right. Yeah, we can work with these, no? I don't know, I'm tired. I don't know what to do. I don't feel like editing either. I feel like I want to edit. I don't feel like editing. It's such a weird existence right now. Alright, let's give up on this as well. Alright, where will I even watch a movie, dude? I'm not subscribed to
any services, you know. I just be watching it however I can get my hands on it. There was this one anime thing, right? What was it called? The one with Shin-chan's creator. Mind Game. We can watch this. Wow, 360p is the highest form. Is that a diaper? God, this quality is so bad. What? What? What? What is going on, dude? I'm so confused.
そのうち消えてまうからあんた何が欲しい
Yo, what's up, my guy? How's it going? Yeah, the war. Update on the war. I've said this like 10 times. They're just limit testing. America sent a bunch of send their ships close to the where they're not supposed to. Iran attacked the ships, and then there were a bunch of you know, America defended or whatever, and there was a bunch of drones sent back and forth from UAE. They're just limit testing the blockade, you know, to see Iran's reaction. It's not I mean, technically the ceasefire is over, but it's not like the day one type of heat. The more of a beatdown than a war, but we can tell it a war. We can call it a war. Yeah, beat down on the poor people, dude. Both American civilians and Iranian civilians are just getting their shit kicked out of them, bro. Meanwhile, fucking the rich are getting richer.
This isn't you, and I feel like you aren't taking care of yourself. Yeah.
In 6 seconds, that biker over there is gonna throw on Leonard Skinner. Reminds him of his wife Sue, who died on one of their hikes. Eyes on the door. Carl's about to bust in, and he is feeling quite generous.
Hey, fuckers, first round's on me.
Just cashed one of his disability checks, so that should last him the day.
Hey, dude.
Look at that, 7 p.m., which means our lovely waitress Susie's about to close me out and tell me
I'm gonna have to start charging you rent. Bro, you're scaring me, okay?
How do you think I feel? You get to move on with your life tomorrow. I gotta wake up in the exact same way, in the exact same place, every day. Piss.
This is a low cortisol,
low
cortisol stream from now on, like from 2 days ago onward. And
it's just hard to tell what's going on.
we don't even worry about nothing.
Hey, what do you think about Sweet Green?
The Odyssey? What is the Odyssey, dude? I mean, the only good movie recently was Hail Mary.
Tell me what you remember.
But do you guys know the story of the Odyssey, or is you guys about to get goy beamed through Hollywoodification of the actual story?
a son.
Oh. Nah, it's gonna be a mid-ass movie, dude.
And then what?
We won the war.
Well, I mean, you know, America's going full Roman, so it makes sense why they're making the Odyssey now.
Help me go home.
This is a household waiting for master.
No, the Romans were not cool, bro. The Greeks, Mesopotamians,
Ithaca's king is coming back.
Persians. What are the Romans, bro? Get out of here.
What would he do if he came back here and find all these suitors in his house?
Okay. Okay, bro, okay.
You're pining for a daddy.
You know nothing about the Persian Empire. That's why. I'm not even mad.
Do you see? My dad is.
Is that true? Are you making shit up?
Anakin.
I want to fact check that, but that sounds like bullshit. I don't know why I'm fact checking this when I know the answer, but they aren't going Roman, are they? Because in Rome, Jews were not treated well. The current war started because of Jews. Rome's legal system is probably based on Islamic law, whatever. I'm talking about like during the Persian Empire. I don't know, was it Sassanid? No, it was Achaemenid. It was rooted in ancient Mesopotamian legal traditions, Zoroastrian religion principles, Persian royal decrees. Nope, not a single Roman in this. Sorry, bud. Looks like the West is not the center of everything. No, you gotta. I'll get you a Persian wife.
Bringing it all.
You mean
I need everyone in this party dead.
I can still save them.
bro, I'm not even gonna lie, this seems like a mid-ass movie, dude.
But you cannot control this.
Like literally a mid-ass movie.
God.
Oh, dude.
No one could stand between me and home.
Okay, bro.
Not even the gods.
Bruh. You should go read the book, it's a lot better. Read the actual story, it's a lot better. Read the Greek mythology, it's actually a lot better. Yeah, A Space Odyssey was a lot better. Already read it? Yeah, sure. Oh, let's watch it in Indian. Hell yeah. You speak about how bad America is, but you still use Claude instead of DeepSeek. Bro, who gives a shit? I'll start using ChatGPT, bro. Who gives a fuck? They're all literally the same.
सालों की जंग के बाद
Yeah. शादी कर दी है.
मेरे सैनिक और उनके जमीन की
But you're supporting Jews by using Claude instead of DeepSeek. There's literally no difference. What am I gonna do? Support the Chinese?
Beach.
Fuck it. The Jews need the support, man, or else they wouldn't be so insecure. The Jews are losing a lost battle, bro. They need all the help they can get. Okay, I'm bored. Next. Wonder Man? What? I love
The entertainment world is stunned today
quirky
when
movies.
internationally celebrated and reclusive filmmaker Von Kovac sprung out of retirement to sign on for a remake of Wonder Man. Mr. Von Kovac, could you tell us more?
Everyone is tired of superheroes. There is an opportunity to reimagine a whole genre of storytelling.
IQ, bro. I don't even have IQ, bro. I'm fully EQ.
What's this? Big audition you were talking about.
It's a huge opportunity. I'm auditioning for Wonder Man.
Did you hear about Wonder Man? I need to be in this movie.
Sorry, you crazy.
I was born to play this character.
Are you serious? Boo, they are already talking to Leo.
Leo who?
You just gotta go out there and crush it.
What's wrong?
I'm trying to come up with a backstory for the character.
Well, trust the words. Just show up and say them.
No, that's not my process.
Well, your process can go blow a spider.
The guy's killing it in there, bro.
Where have I seen him before?
Pretty sure he used to be a terrorist.
You can slate whenever you're ready.
Simon Williams, reading for Wonder Man.
Listen to me, Simon. The callback is happening now. Just be normal. Normal, man. The breakdown is go method.
Come in. Mr. Kovac will meet you in the living room.
Your fans have noticed that you deleted your Instagram recently, and I was I wonder if there's a story behind it.
I was scrolling, doom scrolling, and I saw a picture from the top of Mount Everest. And I was like, wow, this is beautiful. And then I stopped and I was like, wait, what?
I think this is
Why
great.
do I now know
We
what
should
that
all
looks
do
like?
this.
And it like pissed me off that that guy stepped over literal like bodies to get up
Nice.
there to see that view. And now I was seeing it from my couch.
Yogo was
And
one
it
of the
bothered me
first.
that
I think he was either the
had that
or
image
one
in
of
my head now without
second,
any effort
first,
in that, you know, to earn that
essentially
visual.
second
You shouldn't
person
know
to
what that
follow
looks
me.
like, dude. The view from the top of Mount Everest. Is that not insane to anyone else?
Bro, look, he's surrounded by
shouldn't know what
fucking
that looks like, you know, without any
slop-minded
effort.
people. He's goys. Bro is based.
In that, you know, to earn that visual. I shouldn't know what that looks like, dude. The view from the top of Mount Everest. Is that not insane to anyone else?
You know what I
Fans have
mean?
noticed that you deleted.
Yeah, it is pure slop. I mean, used to be good with that Scottish or Irish guy, and then my favorite ginger. What's his name? Conan O'Brien.
Fans have noticed that you
He was
deleted
really
your
good.
Instagram recently, and I was
R.I.P. dude.
I found something in the store.
Okay.
Rudy Zayo, stop pretending you're not.
What did you find?
Alright, I'll stop.
I found a place.
Alright, bro. Fucking Hollywood movies bore me now, dude. It's so hard to be entertained by Hollywood anymore. Oh. What? French Zioslop, dude. Yeah, I gotta get some sleep soon. I don't know, like, I'm too tired to sleep. I'm too bored to do anything. It's crazy that I'm stuck in this limbo space and I'm just waiting for time to pass and something to happen to make my life better. Graveyard energy type shit. I think that's a good analogy. Where's the burqa? Alright. I will go get some sleep then, or at least try to. Maybe I'll jerk off. That usually helps. Yeah, let's see what happens. I need a hobby or a girlfriend. I do have a hobby. I have multiple hobbies, dude. I don't need a girlfriend, bro. I need to focus on work. What is a girl gonna do for me?
I was in the holy city of peculiar.
Yo, isn't this where you're from? PCE? What is PCE?
Of the universe, he saw God generating and sustaining the universe, and he said he saw the place where all the Moni Rishis were doing their tapas, their meditation, and praying for the world. Basically, he saw the dimension where all the enlightened beings go, and does for most people. And I'm going to explain to you what happened to each of them. This is the first one, Baba Ravendra. The intensity hit him hard and fast, like it does for most people. And honestly, he kind of freaked out a little bit. He slammed his hands on the ground and screamed, "Biro," and then got like 5 inches from my face and clenched his jaw so strong that I could hear his teeth slam together.
Oh my god, is this what's gonna happen if I do acid with you, bro? The POV doing acid with Yogo.
Blood.
All together.
Yeah, thank you so much.
To give any reactions that would freak him out. After a few minutes, he began to calm down, and now the ceremony begins.
Oh shit. He good?
Fully generated Mahavishnu. Yeah.
And Sapo.
Only difference, so it's build you fastly, and evacuation Kundalini fastly.
Well, how does this person speak English, bro? Like, where did he learn English from, right? Like, do they get educated? Where do they get their education? Why do they speak English?
What's up? Do you want to be a philosophy major? Are you considering it? Let's have a chat. I am one at UCLA.
What if I told you that all of our favorite philosophers are men, and all of them are extremely sexist?
Women are not made of the highest. They may be educated, but
listen,
they cannot reach
it's
the
not
depths
good
of
to
philosophy.
argue with
And
the
this
best.
is all of your favorite philosophers.
With the
Even
greatest.
the recent ones that are female are equally just as sexist.
That's
Do you
funny
believe
as
that
fuck.
there is going to be a day where there's going to be a female in the White House as president? And how do you feel about that?
I wouldn't vote for her.
Literally, we've been doing this in the East forever, and white people are just discovering it.
You would or wouldn't?
Would not.
You would not.
No.
But what does this mean? Because this is never mentioned in your philosophy course's favorite YouTubers, the professionals that study this, because deep down, they agree. But why? Does this mean the philosophers are still correct or have
With shots like this, it's hard to take him seriously.
times changed?
Hello, those are my teeth marks. The human being is spirit, but what is spirit? Spirit is a self, but what is a self? The self is a relation which relates.
Bro, these people are thinking too much. I hate Western philosophers. Like, there's only, like, at the highest degree do I like it. Because, like, they actually, like, end up becoming, like, low-key religious or are religious. But then, like, all these normies get one-shotted by philosophy, dude. Like, help them. Help them.
Relates to itself, or that in the relation which is it's relating to itself. The self is not the relation, but the relation is relating to itself. A human being is a synthesis of the infinite and of the finite, of the temporal.
Damn, guys, I think I low-key had a little bit of a nap
Well, the point was
while I was chilling,
because there was nothing
because I feel actually rejuvenated, dude.
In today's world,
That's
in terms of
insane.
how intelligent I am, because I can speak in a way so eloquently you cannot understand, but quite
Oh,
simply,
look,
it
it's
is just
JP. Oh, should we continue watching the JP video? Dude, we should. We should. Oh my god, dude, we should. That's such a great idea. Thank you, Rudy, for that amazing idea. Let's watch. What is it called? What is he called? JP? Jordan Peterson? Hey. Yeah.
A way of they should be able to complain
God, oh my god, hold up. Perfect. This is actually perfect.
about the fact that a very female-dominated office leaves them feeling out too. Yeah, feeling left out
So
too.
how do we get something that isn't a tyrannical patriarchy? If it's composed of women, then it's a tyrannical patriarchy, and if it's composed of men, it's a
Oh boy, I remember why I stopped watching this immediately.
Breaking down the stigma to entering that job, I think.
So this is Goy Plus conversing on a very effeminate level, and it just goes nowhere. Like, where was the video we were watching? Why do philosophers hate women? I think it literally relates to this. This is why you cannot be effeminate and a philosopher. You gotta be masculine, bro. You gotta mask the fuck up, you know. What are you gonna do? Be effeminate and start thinking deeply? Like, come on.
Teaching is a really interesting example. It was seen at the turn of.
when I was 18, 19.
Right.
You know, there were no men in it.
And how
I
did that
liked
make
it a
you
lot.
feel?
I loved it.
Yeah.
You know, the kids, I used to wrestle with the kids, which of course you can't do now because everybody knows that would just be a catastrophe. And I used to draw them pictures of monsters and they'd line up for that. And I liked working with kids quite a lot. And I didn't care whether it was female dominated. I've been in female dominated my professions my whole life.
Me too, JP. Me too. I like being female dominated too.
Right, I think.
I felt marginalized as a consequence.
Well, then you have been lucky, and I have talked to people who have
Might be luck.
the opposite.
Might be careful conduct as well.
Explain that more to me.
Well, why would you assume that it would be luck?
Well, if I say that there is a statistical analysis.
JP thinks he's a witty, fast speaker. Are you happy that Iran has lost? Bro, I'm so happy. I'm the happiest person on this planet. What are you talking about? Don't you see the smile on my face? Don't you see the happiness radiating from me? Now let me ask you this. Are you happy that Iran has won? What's going on?
I've talked to a broad range of people, and you would always expect outliers at either end. Some people have had a really terrible time, some people have had a really brilliant time.
Yeah, well,
everybody else in the middle.
one of the things that I strive to do is not to become resentful.
Well, okay, that's very good. I have to say that your Twitter feed does not.
If I was evil, I'd be happy about that, yeah. Luckily, I have a soul. What kind of soul do you have? Tell me, are you a lover or are you a fighter?
Give me that impression. You come across as somebody who takes criticism very much to heart. Is that true?
I don't think you have any grounds for that suggestion. I mean, you've seen my interviews online. If I was someone who took criticism at heart, I'd be in love.
He does take criticism at heart. That, the kind that moral people keep. That's good. That's good to hear, man. Welcome to the chat. My name is Rudy. This is the Cafe Rudy stream. We're open to any conversation. If there are things we don't know, we research. And you're free to also share links to videos or something you want me to check out. Other than that, we also check out, the news. I mean, we always start the stream with news. And I myself am an Iranian. I don't live in Iran right now. I'm a student abroad. But my family's stuck in Iran. Not stuck in Iran. They live in Iran. And, so I'm bringing the Iranian civilian normal person perspective of what's going on to the world. Yeah. Welcome. Leave a follow if you want to stay up to date with whenever I'm streaming. Other than that, I also have made a cafe club community on Discord. You can join. We share content and discussions and so on and so forth. It's fun stuff.
More trouble than I am now.
In what way?
Well,
I mean, the reason why I'm watching Jordan Peterson right now was because I was having a conversation with one of my friends, actually multiple conversations, like some philosophical stuff, and he said, "Hey man, you gotta check out Jordan Peterson," and I said, "I thought he's a Zio," and he said, "Yeah, but he says some interesting stuff. You should totally check him out," and that's what we're doing today. Why is it so noisy? Should we close this, boys? Yeah, we closing it. What do they say about the war? What do you really have? Do you really have a worldview that if somebody supports Israel, that they can just be ignored? They can just be ignored? I don't think anyone can just be ignored, especially when it comes to Israelis, because right now Israelis do hold a lot of influence, especially in America, and a lot of them are dual citizen Americans, and on top of that, they are directly involved in this war while also running their own other proxy wars, because now they're fighting Lebanon even while they're also fighting Iran. So multiple things are going on right now when it comes to Israel. So I don't think Israelis can just be ignored. I mean, I think in the world we live in right now, it's hard to just ignore anyone. Did you know Lebanon attacked Israel before peace talks started? Peace talks? Which peace talks?
Been criticized endlessly for 2 years. I've been in scandals. I've probably been in, I don't know how many scandals in the last 2 years, and had unbelievably contentious interviews with journalists.
Also, you're open to share links. The ones like 1 month ago for ceasefire. I mean, it wasn't 1 month ago. It was 3 weeks ago. Well, what do you mean? What do you mean, right? Could you share a link or something? Pull up something so we can be on the same page while talking about this point.
It's online, on TV.
Because, and I'm not saying that because there's no way Lebanon attacked first or whatever. I'm saying that the Israelis are also known to attack first. So it's not an unknown thing. They're actually quite popular for that. But in that case, it was Lebanon that attacked first. Yeah, but many other cases could be brought up. Well, many other cases could be brought up against Israel as well. Like the whole war was started by Israel. Especially like last year. I don't know much about Lebanon, right? Like I wasn't aware of how serious the Lebanon-Israel situation is till like last year. But when it comes to like Israel, Iran, Israel attacked twice. Israel was the first to attack twice, last year and this time around. I mean, we cannot really say anything according to Trump. Trump is not even aware of the news. He's always behind the news, and he bullshits a lot. He lies a lot. Straight up lies a lot. Which is insane, but you know, his lies makes the markets go up and down, I guess. So, you know, it's really profitable. According to Trump, America took advantage of an opportunity. Israel was not ready. Can you actually, that's really interesting. Can you actually like pull up a like something, a link or something? I can read get better context of that, because that's insane. Because I clearly remember that it was quite the opposite case. Yeah, do that. That'd be pretty interesting.
On radio and
Thank you.
podcasts. If I was someone who couldn't tolerate criticism, the evidence for that would already be clear. Twitter is a strange social network. I've kind of pulled myself away from it.
But also Trump is, you know, very heavily influenced by the Israeli lobby, so
it's not an easy place to conduct yourself with as much grace as you might. And I think it sort of rewards impulsivity, because maybe it's because of the constraint on characters or something like that. So I think that people tend to show their worst on Twitter, and some of that's a consequence of the structure of the technology.
I think I certainly agree with you. I think that's something that we agree on there. I think people are rarely at their best on.
what does she even mean by that? Like, is the whole point of this for them to not agree on anything? We certainly agree on that. Yeah. That's the whole point of a discussion, to find agreements. Like, that's insane, bro.
I think I certainly agree with you. I think that's something that we agree on there. I think people
Something we agree on there. And about the rest, I'm not sure. Jordan Peterson, you are a toxic male. You're a... I don't even know. Jordan Peterson isn't even a toxic man, bro. Bro is not a role model for being a real man. I wouldn't say.
best on Twitter.
No, and you know, I pulled myself away from it quite a lot in the last month, mostly to see why. You know, I kind of kept an eye on Twitter, all the social media networks for the last few years, partly to see. Well, I'm trying to monitor what's happening around me, I suppose, is probably the right way of thinking about it, and to see if I'm making mistakes and how they might be rectified. But I don't think Twitter's been good for me, and I don't think the reply function on Twitter is useful, and I think the fact...
Do you think you'd be less angry if you weren't on Twitter? That's something I think quite a lot. I would be come into contact with less things that are...
And they're just having casual conversations.
I don't know what it is to be irritating people read.
Talk about his book. Talk about who JP is, bro. What is this?
Certainly 1,000 people don't respond. A few people respond. Well, maybe culturalism is the idea that the cultures can all be put together in a single... Tribalism. And that's like just that.
Okay, no, I'm...
And in your presupposition that the dispossession... It's not...
Oh my god, bro. Dude, my IQ's dropping watching JP. Holy shit. What the fuck is this guy, bro? People, fuck, dude. Oh my god. What was happening in the West that JP became famous, dude? Holy. What is wrong, dude? You guys okay out there, bro? What the hell, dude? Did he ironically or unironically become famous? This is insane to me, dude. Jesus Christ, dude. God save us all, dude. Oh my god. No, I might have forced their hand based on the way the negotiation was going. I think Iran were going to attack first, and I didn't want that to happen. So if anything, I might have forced Israel's hand. No, that's not true. Trump, if that's a quote straight from Trump, you cannot take it as is. Trump is always be saying shit, dude. He one moment he says one thing, the next moment he says another thing. He contradicts himself constantly in the same conversation. But I mean, he does that. I don't know if like that's just the style of. I mean, that's just the style of person he is, or he does it on purpose. But that's just how he does it. I mean, we can see it right here. I can pull up some videos from today where he actively contradicts himself. Right.
Would you consider export curbs on oil or jet fuel if supplies get tight?
Hold up, let's go to it.
No,
I spoke to him. I just said, tell the Pope, and you know, we're dealing with different sets of leaders. When you talk about regime change, you know, they keep talking about regime change. Well, we got rid of the first regime, we got rid of the second regime, we got rid of most of the third regime.
You see, like, this is how he talks, right? He says when you talk about regime, so right now, like, partly the negotiations aren't going well is because, you know, they've killed and continue to kill all the people they can negotiate with, right? And initially the war started with regime change, but then the narrative changed into a holy war, and then sometime last week they were saying, I mean, up to sometime last week they were saying, oh, it's about nuclear weapons, which doesn't make sense because last year they attacked the nuclear facilities, and according to Trump himself even, there was a success, right? From my understanding, they killed the IRGC members, not the president of Iran. They killed the IRGC members, not the president of Iran. Well, the president of Iran is alive. What do you mean by IRGC members? Like, they've killed... I think maybe you misunderstand what is the relationship between the IRGC and the government in Iran. So, essentially, the IRGC and the government are one and the same. Like, they're very closely knit. And the president really doesn't have much decision-making power. He just has suggesting powers. And, you know, ultimately it is like a congress of like, I mean, if that was the case, why do they seem to talk past each other? What are you referring to? Like, they seem to talk past each other. And like, if there's like videos you're referring to or like things like that, you should send me links as well, because I don't know who you are and where you come from or what kind of context you hold. So, and again, like, it's the same for you, right? It's the first time you're on the stream as well, so you don't know like what context I have brought here on this stream either. So like, we gotta find each other and like understand what context we have before we really get into like a conversation about what's going on, or like who says what, you know. Referring to a video where the president made statements on Twitter, I believe, and then some RGC members said that his words hold no weight. Yeah, and I mean, that's exactly what I said, right? The president has like suggestive powers. I think what you're referring to is the thing you're referring to, like, it happened like in the beginnings of the war. Legitimacy is in the president. I think approximately 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago. Well, I mean, the situation with the president is, let me give you context about the president, right? So, the current president, he's actually like, so the running president died in a helicopter crash, and so they had to hold like another elections, and so at the time he got elected in the Joe Biden era, and so at the time, so the current president of Iran, you know, he is literally a surgeon. He's well educated. He was also in the Iran-Iraq war, and you know, but he's so he's much more softly spoken. He's and the reason why he won the elections at the time, and you have to understand, in Iran, nothing goes without the supreme leader's blessing, the religious leader's blessing, right? And so at the time, it was also around when the Russia-Ukraine war was starting, somewhere where peace talks were happening. And then so at the time, Iran was looking to move away from Russia and China and get friendlier with the West, with America and Europe, and to be able to engage in much more more fair international trade, because trading with Russia and China is like quite troublesome. They're not the best. They're not the best trading partners. And especially between Iran and Russia, there's a lot of history. Not the best kind of history, and also like Iran is anti-communist. Like they're by Islamic law even, like communism is not a good thing. So they're not really friendly with the commies, and so on top of that, they want more fair trade, and the whole sanctions thing is just bad for everybody. So they wanted to become more friendly with the West, and thus Pezeshkian got voted and got the blessing, and he became president, and things were going well. Hassan Piker is a communist? Okay. Well, what does that have to do with this conversation, though? What does Hassan Piker have to do with what I was saying? Has Hassan Piker commented on these things? He's a Muslim and the most popular political streamer on the left. Okay. Well, I mean, it's okay to hold. It's okay to hold communist idea. I thought, I don't know, because like you don't really need a political system if you just follow the Islamic system. Like the Islamic system comes with its own quite a good political system. Like if it's followed truthfully with good intentions, it's a great system. I mean, I never heard him saying that Islam and communism don't go together. In fact, the alliances between Muslims and the West are formed with the left. The lefties are all communists. Dude, I'm missing so much context from everything you're saying. First and foremost, I'm not very familiar with Hassan Piker or his content. I just know him through memes. I know of him, and secondly, I don't know much about the leftists or the rightists, or the differences or their similarities, or why that even exists. And the West are formed with the left, the Muslims. The alliances between Muslims, right? I'm not very familiar with what alliances you're talking about. You didn't know that leftists are communists? Well, I mean, if leftists are communists, then why don't we just call them communists? We could. Okay. Okay. So then why don't you? Oh, okay. Alright, sorry. Could you give me a moment? I just wanted to finish highlighting Trump's how do you say, behavior, speech patterns, or whatever. Yeah, so here he said we're dealing with different sets of people. We got rid of the first regime, we got rid of the second regime. I mean, here he clearly doesn't understand what regime even means. It's not like, yeah, he killed the top leaders or whatever, and now there's a different system or different, like, yeah, different system running the country. No, it's the same system, and he's not aware of the complexities of the Iran's structure. Iran's structure, like especially military and even like political structure, is very, very complex, and sort of like they're also very quick to action. You know, they're a reactionary group originally. So like what is war is like defending themselves in war is their forte. Yeah, exactly, yeah. So no regime change has happened. In fact, what this war has done is that it strengthened the regime. So now, before war started, actually the regime was really weak. Like they were losing a lot of votes. They had started like giving in to people's commands. You know, they had loosened the best example I can give you is like hijab laws. Although it wasn't like by law, it wasn't removed, but they had stopped bothering people about hijab, and women were just wearing hijab if they wanted to or didn't want to anymore. And like that was an unimaginable thing, but we achieved it. And so we achieved it because genuinely, like, you know, there was a lot of a lot of people, there was a lot of sacrifice done, but progress was being made. And what happened when this war started is because Iranian people do not want to be overtaken by a foreign entity, right? Like that's something they all agree on. And so you know, and you know, imagine like you're in the country and bombs are hitting you, and it's a travesty. And so, you know, everybody united to protect the country. And you know, at this point the regime is the government, so you know, the people have to unite together to protect the country, and that gives the regime power. And so the regime got rejuvenated actually because of this. Like, for example, this is a fact, okay? So they killed the supreme leader, Ali Khamenei, right? And so after Ali Khamenei was assassinated, martyred, his son is now the supreme leader. And actually, for a very long time, the whole idea was to like, there was this intention of making the son the supreme leader after the father, but it was a very contested thing because like this is not like Iran, even the Islamic Republic is not it's not a, what do you call it, it's not a monarchy. You know, you can't just have your son take over after you because he's your son or something, right? So like, you know, it was very contested, it was very how do you say, like controversial, and it didn't look like, and I don't think so, that he would have been chosen as the next supreme leader. But he ended up getting chosen because the father got martyred. And well, who's the best person to run the country at this moment, who's like very motivated? Well, the son. So the son got all the votes, and now he's the supreme leader, and which is what we didn't want, and it happened because of the war. And now he has all the power, and it's getting stronger. And now the militaristic ties between Russia, China, and Iran is also strengthening. again, like I said, Iran was originally trying to shift away from Russia and China, but because of this war, they're getting closer, and so that is bad because the regime is getting stronger. Now look at what the regime is exercising in the thing, and it got so bad that, you know, even Trump now has lifted sanctions on Iranian oil, but the regime was like, okay, you lifted the sanctions, I'm still not going to sell my oil to you. And so they didn't, and now they're enforcing people to sell their oil in yuan or pay tolls in yuan or crypto, which is like cuts into America's like whole power of dollar. And what does that do? It makes China stronger, and it makes the regime stronger. So I hope that's giving more context, by the way. I'm going to start. Sorry, I was really focused on finishing my point. I'm going to read the comments now. But it was the same system. Okay, wasn't Iran amazing before the IRGC existed like 30 years ago? Well, not really. There was a lot of issues in Iran before the IRGC started to exist because the people wanted it. Like, the people wanted the IRGC, and they fought for it, and made the IRGC. They put the IRGC where it was. And actually, funnily enough, I don't know. So IRGC improved the country? Well, some would say yes, but others would say no. Like, IRGC, one thing that IRGC did give us was we weren't taken over by Western imperialists. Like, we're not controlled, or we're not how do you say, we're not run by foreign lobbies or parties. We don't have those issues, and like that's really powerful. That's really good. We have our own sovereignty, and that's because of the IRGC. Like, from that perspective, that's good, right? But from a civilian perspective, I mean, corruption is rampant. Iran still relies on a lot of import, which the sanctions is making more and more difficult. And, we're still very reliant on the dollar, because of all the imports, right? And so on and so forth, right? But the corruption, I think, is like one of the biggest reasons why Iran wasn't able to become better than it is. And on top of that, the government is also not very clear on their intentions. Like, they're helping fight the Zayos and stuff. I get it, but they're also not very clear with the people, like what they're doing and why they're doing. Like, things just go missing. Oil goes missing, money goes missing, resources goes missing in the country, and no one knows where it is, and you cannot find anyone to be accountable for. And then also it's hard to have any political sway because we don't have political autonomy in the country, so it is like a dictatorship. But I guess, like, before leaving Iran, I thought, like, yeah, there's no political autonomy in Iran, that's so bad. And now that I'm living abroad, I realize that political autonomy is a lie. There is no country that has political autonomy, which was such a shock to me. Everything you said about Iran going towards China, wait, who? Okay, I don't get the feeling that people are uniting against America. I get the feeling like they wanna overthrow it, and now the citizens are getting armed, from what I've heard. Well, yeah, who's arming the citizens? And what is giving you the feeling that people are uniting against? People are uniting against. Like, what is giving you the feeling that people are not uniting against America? What gives you the feelings that they want to overthrow the government?
they don't want to overthrow the government. Like, we are tired of revolutions, bro. Iran does not need another revolution. Iran needs to get rid of, like, Iran's government system is really good. It's just filled with bad actors. America, well, yeah, that's the issue, right? So, right. Well, first of all, no country should be arming guerrilla forces in another country to overthrow their regime. I mean, think about it. Like, if Iran was arming the Antifa, for example, in America to overthrow the government, doesn't that sound like weird and bad? Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, you have no right to do that. And so America, like, that is completely, like, wrong. They should stop that. And actually the IRGC was able to stop a lot of it. The IRGC was able to catch a lot of spies. There's been a lot of arrests and a lot of guns confiscated. And especially when the war first started, a lot of people were caught, and these sort of, like, these armed protests were stopped before they could happen. Where were we? And you said everything you said about Iran going towards China now, I see the exact opposite. Why do you think it's the exact opposite? Like, it's definitely not, because now China is more like politically vocal towards I mean, against what Israel and America is doing than it was before. And it's partly because of what's happening now. The protests that happened some time ago, you mean the ones in January, or do you mean the ones in the Masa Amini ones? And the fact that America is selling weapons to civilians so makes me think that America thinks the citizens are tired. Also, before the protests happened, their currency basically got destroyed. Yeah, okay, so hold up, I'm gathering my thoughts, okay? Okay. Let's go one by one, right? The protests that happened some time ago, the ones you're talking about in January, right? And the fact that America is selling weapons to civilians. America is not selling weapons to the civilians. America is smuggling weapons in to, arm opposition forces that are, like, heavily how do you say, they're heavily psyoped. It's like they send CIA operatives, Mossad operatives to create these opposition groups, and then they arm them, right, to, like, fight back. But, like, there's little people with guns can do in Iran. It's like it's just they're promoting a lot of division in the country that is not good for Iran, and it will not topple the regime. All it will do is make things worse. I mean, all it would do, this is the result of all it did. The protests that happened, I mean, again, like I said, right, Iran is still very reliant on imports, and everything, because it's very reliant on imports, that's why the economy is still very reliant on the dollar. And so because of this fact, like, even though we're, like, very sanctioned, like, before, like, America and usually, like, all these countries that are sanctioning us, they would turn a blind eye to certain trades we make with the international community, right? Like, through India, through UAE, we sent oil to, like, Korea, China, Japan. We sold oil, and we did a lot of trade, and America would generally turn a blind eye, and a lot of other countries would turn a blind eye, and that's how, like, it was just like a black market type of thing. And so in January, what happened was, like, I don't know why they're, like, pushing for a war when they went to war, like, last year in June, and it failed. So what I've learned is that they acted on bad. The Israelis and Americans started this war on clearly bad intelligence, because they were very sure that people, once the war started, people will go out into the street and like topple the government. They were really sure about that. But when they started the war, 2 weeks in, nothing happened, and you had Bibi Netanyahu coming out and being like, yo, Iranians, this is your chance. This is your final chance to get up and fight for yourself. And it didn't happen because they had bad intelligence. They thought their intelligence had completely made them overestimate the amount of people that the hate towards the regime versus the love for protecting their land and, you know, protecting Iran from outside force, right? So their intelligence had completely overestimated this issue, and so they acted very misguidedly, and that's why they're not winning, and this war has been 2 months in now. And so just Trump is just using this opportunity to just make money because there's no way to win. Okay, China's attitude didn't change. They already had negative view of America. Iran was against America before the war. Yeah, of course, Iran has been against America since day one. That's why they wanted to attack Israel. No, Iran is not attacking Israel because they hate America. That's why they don't want to give away nuclear weapons. Well, yeah, of course, because Israel has nuclear weapons, and Israel has always historically been a very, how do you say, troublesome. I mean, it wasn't really a country. It has recently become a country. So, you know, it's a very troublesome new country, neighbor. And so they also have nuclear weapons, and they have in multiple different cases they have shown and stated that they're not afraid to use it, and they don't care. I mean, you know, a big part of why America is so helping Israel so much is because Israel threatens America that if you don't help me in the Middle East, I'm just gonna blow it all up, and they don't want that. They don't want that. So, yeah. But also, Iran does not have a nuclear weapon. Iran does not have a nuclear weapon, and they would, if they wanted to make a nuclear weapon, they probably would have, but they didn't, because it's like, you know, it goes against their principles. Like, one thing you have to understand about the Iran and the IRGC is that as shitty as they are, as bad as they are, they stand by their principles. And like, I don't know, like on like really small details, like the corruption and stuff kind of goes against their own principles, but like generally they very strongly stick by their principles, and the whole nuclear weapon thing is one of them.
IRGC?
Yeah, the
How do I
IRGC.
become an IRGC member? How do I apply?
Dude, you're American. I wouldn't recommend it.
Why?
Because you just have to go through extra screening, and you have to turn into a Muslim Shia. You have to. Are you uncapped?
Uncapped?
Yeah.
What's that?
Like, you got the hoodie down there.
Oh, you gotta get that?
Yeah, you gotta turn your hoodie into a sweater.
Oh shit! Oh.
You gotta decap the little guy, little man.
I've already decapitated it, yeah.
Whoever will be left to calm things down will be more favorable to America and Israel. That is not true. Right now, America and Israel are losing a lot of favorability in that area, I can say for sure, and around the world as well. I am sure Trump would love to help Iran if he would see a good promise. Dude, what do you mean Trump would love to help Iran? Like, that's a loaded statement, bro. Who is he helping? What do you mean help Iran? If Trump wanted to help Iran, he wouldn't have started this war. First and foremost. Because then an alliance in the Middle East can form between all those nations. No. An alliance in that area cannot be formed because right now the whole place is divided between Muslim countries who have forgotten their own brothers and sisters, aka Palestine and whatever the fuck Israel is attacking. And then the other group is trying to help like Israel from taking over the whole region. Trying to help stop Israel from taking the whole region. I think I know better here. Fanatics should never be trusted with nuclear weapons. Those two things are different. If you have somebody who you can see cooperates, you can help them about a bit to fix their country after this war. Well, that's what I'm about. That's what I'm worried about. Like, America's not the type to help fix a country after they attack it. Especially like because like they will charge us, you know, they will charge us, they will strike bad deals, because like the reason why Iran had a revolution 47 almost 48 years ago now is because of the fact that we didn't want to give our oil away for free for low prices, and the help we're going to get is just like what, forget, like, you know, essentially do what the UAE is doing, which is like I don't know, bro. I don't know, like, I don't know what you think about the UAE. By the way, where are you from? Are you American? Are you Israeli? You're from Europe. Are you above the age of 45 or below? And another major problem for Iran is leader. Iran does not have a leader besides, I mean, beyond the IRGC at the moment. I mean, I do like the president myself, and I think he's a great guy. So when Trump says he will wipe out the Iranian civilization, you think Iranians be like, wow, this guy is our friend? Yeah, he did say that. That was very scary, dude. That, you know, he's a scary guy. He's been Tehran is fucked right now. Let me show you. I think maybe you haven't seen how devastating it is. If Trump's saying that leads to Iran backing down and making a deal, what is the problem? Well, the problem is, dude, if you don't see the problem in that, then it'll be hard to explain to you. That's insane. I mean, dude. I mean, damn, dude. Hold up. I mean, there's a lot of... Oh, wait. There is actually a cool feature here. Will it happen? No. Where's the... Go play? No. There's like a play video option. Just fucking makes it hella cinematic. Oh, did they remove that? Dang. No, I think you're looking at it from a very, how do I say? you know, you're looking at it from a very, very outside third person perspective. You know, you're looking at it like it's not even logical. It's like you're missing a lot of context. Like when your life is on the line, you know, you don't just joke about things. And the thing is, like, even if he does threaten us and we do accept a like an agreement because he scared us, like he will feel empowered and he will feel like he's more than us, which they're not. You know, America is not better than Iran. America is not. Well, it was so this conflict is something they like he's according to you, Trump started this, right? So why would he start a conflict and then threaten a whole civilization to stop the conflict he started? Like, doesn't that sound like a bully? Like, what, you're just gonna get bullied? No, I mean, Iran would have never struck Israel. Never did. If Iran was, why did Trump think Iran was gonna struck Israel? Do we know? Is he just making? They already are their proxies. Okay. Yeah, then why they don't need to attack directly by that logic? Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like you're assuming there's a secret information rather than understanding that Trump is not very aware of the secret information like you and I. He's just making up bullshit as he goes. And Israel had bad data. So these are all the places that were attacked. I mean, some of them have pictures, I believe, yeah. And so, you know, you just wake up one day and this is your whole house. This is your area. I mean, my house, my place also got bombed. And so, like, what, you're just gonna be like, oh wow, we're so scared. Like, oh wow, we're so scared. Please, oh Mr. Trump, please don't attack us. Please. Oh Mr. Trump, we give up. Oh, please don't attack us. And then Trump is gonna be like, oh yeah, well, okay, I won't attack you, and here's a bunch of money for you to fix your country for free. Thank you. Goodbye. Is that what you like? That's not gonna happen. The guy is gonna. That's what Trump wants. Trump wants Iran to give up, and Iran won't give up to a bully. Like, Iran isn't a weak country. They're strong. They control. They have 25% of global oil and gas and mineral trade on hold right now. Why would they give that up? Are you crazy? And again, America started this. America and Israel started this. Thinking that they can change the regime, they fucked up. Dude, that was a lie. That it wasn't a form. It was even if it's a former military base, like, why would you target it? Why would you target a place filled with kids? I don't know. Like, it's not even up for debate. They killed children. It shouldn't be up for debate. Like, there's so many other military bases. Like, it's not even up for debate. There was also so many evidence that came out that showed that it was not. And also at first they completely denied. They were like, oh no, the Iranians killed their own people. The Iranian rocket hit the school children. But then later on, it came out. It was like, oh shit, no, that's a tomahawk. That was us. Oh, okay. Well, it was a military base. They hit it. Yeah, it is Fox News talking points. Bro, he literally did. It was not a military base though. I mean, that's a fact. Unfortunate. The real question is, why even start this war? Why start this war? Why? Because America, Iran was gonna attack Israel, but for what reason? They had no reason, and they were not gonna. I mean, that's really insane that you really believe that the whole narrative of like Iran was gonna attack, so they attacked first, and then they don't provide any proof, and you're just believing their words. The attack happened on a Saturday? What does that have to do with anything? Because I'm about to blow your mind, bro. If you think Saturday, you're saying Saturday is a weekend? I understand they do have school on Saturday, just saying that there are reasons to be skeptical. Well, why do they have school on Saturday? Do you know? This is very important for you to understand. No, it wasn't just the IRGC that reported about the dead girls. It was also normal people. I mean, the pictures, we can dig into it. We can find the... I mean, I don't really like to talk about the girls because I feel like it's way too propagandized, and there's a lot more worse things that happened, and there's so many things I don't understand. This was an unnecessary war. When was that? Like March 3rd, March 2nd. Yeah, but by that logic, you cannot trust Trump or the IDF either whenever they're giving numbers and stuff. I mean, actually, you shouldn't. Like, why would you even? Like, I don't trust the IRGC and their numbers either. Like, I've seen them say 160 girls. I've seen them say 164 girls. I've seen them say 158 girls. Like, I've seen the numbers change here and there, and that makes me skeptical. But there is no question that schoolgirls died on Saturday. Was it a Saturday even? Was it a Saturday? Was that March what? You said was you sure it's a Saturday? So was it March 7th? Or was it Sunday? Let's find it. April? No, we're going. April. March 7th is a Saturday. I don't know why I'm doing this. I can literally look it up. What do you mean if it was a Sunday you'd have a stronger case? I have a strong suspicion that you don't know about a week in Iran. In Iran, the weekend where people don't go to school or work is Thursday and Friday. Saturday is the first day of the week. So Saturday is essentially like Mondays in Iran. The weekend in Iran is Thursday and Friday, with the work week running Saturday to Wednesday. Yeah. Because he's European. Unless, I don't know. I've also met a bunch of Israelis who don't say they're Israelis. They say they're Europeans. Bro, maybe he's Indian. I mean, again, his nationality doesn't matter. What matters is that he gets more informed about the different sides to this war. Oh, dude, February 28th makes sense, does it? Oh, that was the first day. Shit, first day of the war. They hit the school. Ooh, oof. See, this is what I mean. They have bad intel. If they had correct intel, they wouldn't start with a school. Bruh. Damn, I almost got banned showing one of these pictures one time when I first started streaming. These are the graves. You can count them, bro. We can count them right now, actually. This is good. See, I mean, they've marked them, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times 20, 100. Well, 100 we can be sure of. Tell me you got brain rot without telling me you got it. Have you met any European who don't say that nation they come from, but rather say I'm European? Does not happen. This is clearly LARP, either Israeli or American. Israeli derangement syndrome. I tell you to get help, but there is no known cure yet. Again, it's not about where he's from. It's about gaining perspective, and this is a good perspective. You can't fake this. You can't say this is the IRGC. These are just the people, and this photo was not taken by the IRGC. Sure, the IRGC, propagandizes it, but it's pretty normal. Every country does it. Israel does it. America does it. And I can tell you this for sure, there's way more dead Iranians in this war than there is Israelis or Americans. Way more. And it was unnecessary. It was blatantly stupid. Now I gotta pay more fucking gas price, dude. Like, why? Like, you're a European, right? Why would you even care about what's going on in Iran, right? Like, why? What? Like, what is going on in your country, bro? How's your country doing? Is everything alright in your country? Why would you, like, just very surface level follow along with a war that you're clearly a bias towards because you don't know a lot of information on both sides? I mean, what is your leaders doing for your country? They killed little girls. Okay, casualties of war is the argument that if you happen to kill civilians, you must stop? Yeah, like, what do you mean casualties of war, dude? Oh, dude, I thought IDF is the most moral fucking... America is the most moral army in the world. No. This is the argument that if you happen to kill civilians, you must stop. Well, at least target better. I mean, if it's day one, you need better intelligence on your targets. I mean, there's so much evidence that they're using like AI to target whatever. And there's been so many whistleblowers that came out and said, bro, Pete Hegseth doesn't know what he's doing. Trump is just sending us to a war that's gonna lose. How it is a casualty if you have ground troops? How is it a casualty? What is going on? You have no idea, you don't follow them? Then why are you following this more than you follow what's going on in your own country? You should follow what's going on in your own country, my guy. That's very important. Unless you're a foreigner not living in your own country, then that would make sense why you would be more interested in, because you don't have power to vote in the country that you live. I understand that. Anyways, don't forget to leave a follow. Listen, Hassan Piker, I don't know him, but I can guarantee you that this is the new upcoming political stream, Cafe Rudy. Actually, we don't just do political stuff. We also do religion, esoteric. We talk about contemporary issues. We talk about culture. We talk about. We play games. We do everything. Do everything that is cool and important and is chill.
On this episode of What's Going On. On this episode of What's Going On with Shipping, we are in a straight.
Sure. Welcome back, my guy, Otskare. Well, we're here trying to give some perspectives to a new viewer on the channel, and I don't know. You can scroll up. His name is Jumbo Jack. Yeah, that's all the summary I can give, because the rest of it, I don't know. He's a new viewer, so we're not very sure about the context that he's aware of. We're just finding out. You're the Israeli disguised as a European. Right. Wait, are Israelis Asian or are they European? Like, I know they're in Euro... What is that? That singing, dancing talent show? European talent show?
Of chaos. I'm your host, Sal Macagliano. Welcome to today's episode. So, when I last left you with the Strait of Hormuz and the Persian Gulf, we were talking about two American ships that were breaking out of the Strait of Hormuz. It was the beginning of Project Freedom that was going to see the mass exodus of ships out of the Persian Gulf.
That did not happen, bro. That went to shit.
And escaping from the clutches of the Iranians. That didn't quite go as planned. We're going to break that down for you.
They, I mean, they didn't get hit, but they were targeted and had to back down.
Discuss what actually happened.
But then, like, Fujairah, like, port, like, industrial zone got attacked, which was also strange, because Iran said they didn't attack it. So that's, we don't know.
What the frick happened after that? So we're going to give you all that detail. Before we do so, however, been off for about a day or so, went down.
I also highly recommend this channel. He's a great guy. He's very, I mean, he's American, so his views are, I think when it comes to marine time, he's very, very knowledgeable though, so I highly recommend following his channel to keep up with, because this war is like, I would say it's 80% on sea. So following the marine time is like the best.
Down to Norfolk, Virginia to go on board the battleship Wisconsin to give a talk. So fun little trivia there. I'm actually not on one battleship. I'm on two battleships, because I didn't know this at the time. The bow of the battleship Wisconsin was damaged in a collision, so they cut the bow off and used the bow from the uncompleted battleship Kentucky to repair the Wisconsin. So actually standing on two different battleships there. That's a pretty little interesting piece of trivia. If you ever get down to Nauticus, down in Norfolk, it's a great museum, both ashore and on the ship. Ship's in great shape. You didn't come here to talk about museum ships. You came here to talk about the Strait of Chaos, and I will give that to you. First, if you're new to the channel, hey, take a moment, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you'll be alerted about new videos as they come out. All right, so the other day in the video up here, I've talked about how the United States was going to escort ships out of the Strait of Hormuz. The United States initiated a escort of 2 U.S. flags.
I should make daily news updates like this, actually. I'm gonna hold up. Let me get a little notebook. I should start getting my game up, boys. I mean, I should start, bro. I am already started. Game is already going up, boys. We are leveling up when it comes to this kind of stuff. We're gonna be the best streamer. We're gonna be the best brand maker. We're gonna be the best YouTuber when it comes to this. I am going to be the leading voice of normalcy in the Middle East on this topic, and we're going to do that starting now.
All right.
Videos, daily, war update.
Flag vessels. Now there are 5 in the Persian Gulf, but one's in the shipyard, and the other 2 are probably going to remain there right now because they're small little feeder ships that operate in and around the Gulf. But the 2 ships that came out were the motor vessel Alliance Fairfax and the CS Anthem. And one of them is a large car carrier. This is the Alliance Fairfax right here. This is from our good friend Tom Bike over at X. He posted this. You actually see a satellite picture of the Alliance Fairfax coming out. Right behind her is the CS Anthem. This is the note that came from Maersk announcing that it was Alliance Fairfax that came out. This is the CS Anthem here. You can see the satellite image and what the ship looks like. And then Crowley Maritime also issued a statement regarding the ship. I couldn't release the names of the ship at the time because I was asked not to. And again, I will respect sources that I have. The interesting thing I heard about this transit was this. So 2 U.S. destroyers, the USS Truxtun, and if you follow this channel, you know who USS Truxtun is.
On this episode of What's Going On with Shipping.
Oh, damn.
We have an update on the collision between USS Truxtun and the USNS Supply.
Yeah, we did a couple of episodes on the Truxtun down in the Caribbean. Now, Truxtun has since deployed over to the Middle East. She underwent repair, even though that looked more dramatic than it was. It was a bump up against USNS Supply, so the ship got enough repairs to be able to head out there. She's actually scheduled to go into a much longer repair period. It just got awarded last month. She's going to be going into NASCO in Norfolk for repair. But the Truxtun and the Mason, another destroyer that's actually been on the channel before, Mason was involved in the Red Sea operations. Both Truxtun and Mason made a deployment into the Persian Gulf to provide escorts for Alliance Fairfax and CS Anthem to come out. Now, as I noted in that video, the ships had embarked SSOs on board, strategic sealift officers, who acted as tactical advisors, TACADs. The ships operated under NCAGs, the Navy Control of Shipping Group, and more importantly, they had embarked Marines on board and air cover provided by both by U.S. Navy, F-35s specifically, and also from the U.S. Army with the 82nd Airborne on shore providing AH-64 Apaches overhead. And the ships were able to fight their way out. There was some argument that this was part of an exchange because the U.S. gave the Tuska, that was the vessel they fired at out in the Arabian Sea back in mid-April, because they were handing that over to the Pakistanis, that this was some sort of exchange. It wasn't, because the environment in which the Fairfax Alliance, obviously the Alliance Fairfax and CS Anthem went out was not an exchange. I mean, you're not shooting at each other during an exchange. What happened here was this was going to be phase 1 of the project, not an operation, it's a project, and the reason it's called a project is so that they can avoid the ceasefire and the War Powers Act. Let's be clear about that. That's 100% why they're doing that. This was meant to start the initiation of what was going to be more ships coming out. Now, to do that, they had to be prepared for that. You had to put TACADs, these tactical advisors, on board the ships with their secure communications along with Marines to provide security from them. And it's not clear that that was done, because almost immediately after those 2 ships came out, we got this notice. Trump calls off Project Freedom, Hormuz shipping operation as Iran talks advance. So, in a social media post, President Trump said the decision followed requests from Pakistan and other countries and cited both recent U.S. military operations against Iran.
Damn, dude, the fact that poor Americans have to rely on Trump's words to know what's going on is crazy, dude. Oh my god, bro, it's so confusing. I mean, if I had only like listened to Trump tell me what's going on, I'd just be more and more lost every day, dude. Holy.
And diplomatic progress with Iranian representatives. All right, I don't know how much I buy any of this, to tell you the truth.
There you go. Dude, not even this guy buys it, bro. Insane.
It's confusing as crap, the amount of information that comes out on social media from the president. But let me be clear about what I've figured out and what I have heard from those involved in this operation. So what we saw and what you're going to see here is after those two vessels came out, there were a rash of attacks against shipping. It's the most protracted attacks against shipping we've seen in a long time. Some of those shipping attacks originated from shore. If you cannot conduct military operations against the shore, which would be in violation of the ceasefire, it's going to be difficult to escort vessels out, in particularly the launch of small boats, but more importantly, missiles and drones from shore. One of the key things, if you're going to open the strait, is if the Iranians are going to threaten shipping, you have got to hammer down any sort of drone or missile being launched from shore. That means hitting the launchers, that means flying overhead, providing protection, that means doing basic suppression operations. But since you're in a ceasefire, you can't do that. And I think this is why Project Freedom broke down. Now, immediately on top of that, Iran came out and announced the creation of, wait for it, the
PSGA.
Strait Authority.
Yeah,
That's right.
PGSA.
The
Yeah.
Persian Gulf Strait Authority
Type
exists
shit.
within these two boundaries.
This is news from like 2 days ago, bro. Is Unk falling behind, bro? What?
Lines bordering on each side of the Strait of Hormuz. What the Iranians are trying to do is
All right, dude. Thank you for stopping by. I mean, if you have fun, be sure to leave a follow and turn on the notifications so you'll know when I'm streaming. But other than that, thank you for coming over and engaging conversations. Have a blessed day. Peace.
set up something akin to the Suez Canal Authority or the Panama Canal Authority. They're going to exert control over the entire Strait of Hormuz. Just one slight problem with that, Iran. Number one, you don't own the friggin' strait. You don't.
Yes, we do. It's literally called the Persian Gulf. It's always been. We've always had authority over it. Look at this guy. High cortisol, bro. High cortisol.
Even if you claim 12-mile territorial limits, you don't own the strait because you split it with Oman, and
Yeah.
the vast majority of the strait, especially where the divider is, it's in Omani waters, not Iranian waters. Now, Iran makes the argument that they don't abide by Western laws and Western rules, so things such as the UN Convention
High
of the Law
cholesterol,
of the
yeah.
Sea, 1982, or the previous one in 1958, which is fantastic. Then you're operating under the laws of the sea that said your territorial limits is not 12 miles, it's 3. It's the range of a cannonball. But I should note that the Persian Gulf Authority is in full force. I mean, they're even issuing forms. I mean, if there are forms associated with it, this has got to be a real life thing. I mean, they want you to fill out documents.
Yeah, because like a bunch of ships got scammed, bro. With the whole toll thing, so they had to like make a infrastructure as soon as possible. I'm glad they did. I'm glad they did because this war is getting drawn, and you know there are people who are just willing to pay rather than get involved and wait for the war to end, which will not end soon. So, yeah.
Documentation. There's even a WhatsApp number that you can call to make arrangements to go through.
WhatsApp,
I mean,
that's
I don't know
hilarious.
what's more important than that. However, there is a problem because based on the dividing line of the Persian Gulf Strait Authority, the UAE is not going to be happy with this.
Yeah,
Mainly
fuck 'em.
because two major eastern ports in the United Arab Emirates, Fujairah and Khor Fakkan, both fall within that area. And I don't think that you really want your major export ports heading out to the ocean to be under the control of the Iranians. If
Well,
you're the
you
UAE,
did this to
now,
yourself.
One of the things that has happened is because
Should
of
have
Project
just,
Freedom,
should have,
the
could have, would have, you know.
UAE ports came under attack, and particularly Fujairah.
But you know, another reason why they reversed their decision to not help America could be this PGSA thing, though. Now that I think about it,
with that terminus of their pipeline. Hey, it's not just the Iranians claiming, hey, we have new authority in the Straits. The U.S. kind of did it too with the creation of their channel. We talked about this in the last episode also, that the U.S. was announcing the opening of a new channel through the Strait of Hormuz.
Lol.
So the original one is this one here in red. This is the approved channel through the center of the strait. The northbound one here is the channel you take from east to west. It's the inbound lane. The southern one is the outbound lane. Well, the Iranians have created these new lanes, the blue ones. This is the Ayatollah. This is the toll booth that they run through. The inbound lane takes you closest to shore to Iran between Qishim and Larak Island. And then the outbound one takes you just south of Larak. Well, the U.S. in their latest announcement when they initiated Project Freedom was the creation of this, the southern lane. This goes just north of Oman and just south of the traffic separation scheme. And they use this lane for two reasons. They have swept this with uncrewed underwater vehicles so that it is free of mines, and mines are becoming a bigger issue. More people are talking about them, and we're going to discuss that. Plus, that lane was used the other week when 6 cruise ships came speeding out of there under what I'm going to say are the bravest Captain Steubings in the entire fleet out there. I mean, that was gutsy right there.
that turns out to be civilian boats, by the way.
Taking out. So the U.S. is going to use that southern channel. The problem is that after the 2 U.S. ships went in, ships that tried to use the southern channel ran into some problems.
No shit.
Now, the other issue going on concurrently here is
The
U.S. blockade.
Yeah,
this
the
comes
US
from
blockade.
MT Anderson over on X. This is a snapshot that caught several American, this is not all of them, but caught several of the American ships on satellite on patrol. So here you have the Abraham Lincoln. You have an Arleigh Burke class destroyer with them. You have the USS New Orleans, a San Antonio class LPD. It's one of the 3 ships in the Tripoli ARG. And then 2 of the 3 Independence class littoral combat ships. Those littoral combat ships are the ones from which they launched the unmanned surface vessels and the unmanned underwater vessels that are being used to clear the mines out of the Persian Gulf. So you got a lot going on here. You've got the Persian Gulf under the Iranians. You have U.S. vessels trying to run through the Persian Gulf. You've got the new Persian Gulf Strait Authority, and you have a U.S. blockade all going on concurrently at the same time. All right, so we have the release now of the latest report from JITMIC. This is their May 7th report. I just want to highlight a couple of issues here. First, Strait of Hormuz traffic remains significantly reduced with several new security-related incidents. Multiple vessels reported receiving VHF Channel 16 instructions to vacate anchorage area closer to the Strait of Hormuz or risk consequences. This happened just prior to the American operations. On May 5th, U.S. naval units transited the Strait of Hormuz repelled various threats. These incidents highlighted elevated risk for commercial shipping. On 6 May, UK MTO issued a warning confirming that a cargo vessel was struck by an unknown projectile in the Strait of Hormuz.
Yeah, I've read this document.
Out in the Gulf of Oman, U.S. forces disabled the rudder of the Iranian flag tanker Hansa after the vessel...
Yeah, these are from 2 days ago.
Reportedly attempted to breach the U.S. blockade measures.
Or yesterday? Wow.
Casualties
Dude, I'm ahead of my time. What can I say?
And we still have issues associated with piracy down in the Somali coast. So the Arabian Gulf, Persian Gulf, Strait of Hormuz, Gulf of Oman, Arabian Sea all remain critical. There have been a total of 40 incidences since 1 March. On 5 May, there were a total of 2 transits reported by the Joint Maritime Information Center and 0 on 6 May. You can see those 2 vessels on 5 May. Both of them was 1 cargo vessel and 1 tanker that were eastbound out of the Strait of Hormuz. Those were the 2 vessels in question, although we do know that there was probably more vessels moving through that were dark on AIS. So I'm going to take you through the most recent attacks that were done. So this attack here 3 May in 1940, UK MTO received a report of an incident 78 miles north of Fujairah. A tanker has reported being hit by an unknown projectile. All crew reported safe. This vessel, the Baraka, is an Abu Dhabi National Oil Corporation vessel. The next attack occurred on 4 May at 12:15 UTC. UK MTO had received a report of an incident 36 nautical miles north of Dubai. The cargo vessel reported a fire in the engine room. The cause of the fire is unknown at the time. So this is the Korean-owned HMM Namu. What's interesting about this story is that the allegation is the vessel may have hit a mine, a drifting mine. This would be the first indication we have of mine damage. We have this report on 4 May at 14:21. UK MTO has received a report of an incident 14 nautical miles west of Minnesota, UAE. UK MTO received information from a third party that a vessel was on fire, requesting vessels in the vicinity to keep a safe distance. Cause of the fire had not been verified. So this may be the JV Innovation. This is a Marshall Islands flag tanker that is out in that area. The ship is actually a Chinese-owned vessel, a PRC-owned vessel, something we have not seen before. And then the most significant attack we had was this one on 5 May at 18:30. A verified source reported a cargo vessel has been struck by an unknown projectile. We believe this is the CMA CGM San Antonio. The report from Reuters is the ship was attacked while transiting the Strait of Hormuz, injuring crew members and damaging the vessel, while another vessel run by the French group exited the Gulf as the U.S.-Iran conflict continued to disrupt the shipping. San Antonio was hit on Tuesday with injured seafarers evacuated for medical treatment. Now, what's interesting to note here is that another CMA CGM ship, the Saigon, was sailing along the coast of Oman south of the country's capital, Muscat, after tracking as being inside the Gulf. Now, last month, the CMA CGM Caribbean came out, but we think that vessel actually coordinated with Iran.
All right. I think I'm done with stream today. Is there anything you guys want to add? Anything you guys want me to see, watch on stream? Anything you guys want me to react to? Any conversations you guys want to have? Please let me know. We'll have them. If not, we'll take a break and I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow. Actually, tomorrow is Saturday, so definitely tomorrow. I'm fresh looking. Thank you. Thank you. I could never compete with you, sir. Big ups, big thanks. Big love, dude. Like the Iranians like to say in Farsi. Ashq. Like Rumi always says. Ashq. Ashiq ma'shuq. That last one was more Arabic. Ma'shuq. It's like Arabized Farsi. God damn. To know and not to know. Dude, imagine. Yeah, it is. Imagine like learning world literature but not learning anything about Iranian literature. Or like, cause dude, Middle Eastern, the interconnectivity linguistically and like literature wise between these I don't want to even say Middle Eastern because I feel like that's I've recently come to really hate the term Middle East. Anyways, like Western Asian countries and Northern African countries, right? All the way to like even Algeria, Morocco, right? The interconnectivity of the literature between these countries is honestly, like, if not studied as like a part of a world literature education, people are gonna miss out on such beautiful culture and such beautiful perspectives on life and reality. And you know, the way I like to call it is observed the observed reality, you know, because you know, we observe the same things and we feel the same things, but we don't think about the feelings we have from observing the same things, you know, and that's okay, that's normal, right? And so like usually the thoughts you have from the from feeling from what you observe, you know, usually when you find something that works for you, you stick to it and you teach it to your kids, right? And it's that's fine. You learn it, you work with it, it's great. And so, but you have to understand that every other country, every other culture has that same experience where they find what works for them and why it works for them, and you know it evolves, but in their own bubble. But you know, like kind of understanding their perspective, it gives you like an ancestral levels of perspective that you could only gain through living for so many for such a long time in their environment. And so like it's essentially like absorbing infinite amounts of knowledge that is like beyond your own lifetime. So this is why it's really important for us to really learn about each other's cultures and history, to really be able to reflect on what we know and what we understand about our observed reality, you know, our observed universe. And so yeah, I think one big message that I want to push is this. And you know, you don't have to be esoteric, you don't have to be spiritual, you don't have to be religious to be a good person, because if you just observe what is in front of you and connect with it as you observe it, then there is no reason for you not to become a good person and to live a good life, and one as good or even better than anyone esoteric or religious. Yeah, I mean, I can continue on that, but I think I will leave it right there. So thank you everybody for joining the stream. Like always, I wish the best for everybody, and let's hope things slow down by tomorrow for everybody that is affected in this war. And hopefully next time, tomorrow, when I come for streaming, we will have nothing but good news to show. Let's observe it. Yes, exactly, my boy, my guy. Take care. Au revoir. عشق خدافظ به امید دیدار.